All right, welcome on in, everyone. It is the king of the restreams, and it is time. Finally, time. An evening that I'm sure you will never forget is about to take place, and with me, because I can hear the keyboard is clocking away, it's my good friend that's been here for many of these rounds, and he's gonna be here for one last one this season. Everyone's favorite retro gaming legend and Mr. Dr. Mario himself, Chris Bidwell, is back in the house. Chris, good evening.
Good evening, sir. There's a chill in the air. School's back in session. Football season started, and we are concluding the best of 99 tonight.
We are most certainly concluding that tonight, man. If you can even believe it. Crazy how things have just kind of just flown right by so fast and so furious. It is bittersweet, right? It's bittersweet. Whenever Memorial Day comes around here in the States, we all get excited because it's like, ooh, it's time. Summer's underway. The unofficial start to summer, right? The unofficial start to summer. Barbecues are out. Everybody's grilling, having a good time outdoors. And now Labor Day comes and goes. And that's, as you mentioned, back to school for everybody. Vacation times are over. But for us, Chris, great times we've had all summer long watching these two battle it out.
I look forward to it. It's become a tradition. I hope it keeps going next year. I can't wait to see who we have on the board. But tonight's going to be the fun finale, and we might have a little surprise. We're a little late tonight because we're kind of setting up something special here. So
we are
looking forward to seeing these two finish this out strongly. We thought Jeff was going to cruise into breaking that record of 65 wins, and kind of ran into the Kataru roadblock. He hit the parry button correctly on his arcade stick and ended up taking the set last week. And this is going to be a lot closer finish than we anticipated even just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we can take a look at, some good stats that was able to put together and do some comparisons of what's happened over the course of these 3 seasons. By far and away, as I put in the announcement, this has been the best one yet. I mean, the level of gameplay we've seen has been tremendous, and we'll cover all that as we lead into that. As Chris has alluded to, there is a very special thing that I'm hoping is happening right now as we speak. There should be a real live finale taking place. The two of them are going to be side by side tonight in the grand finale. That's crazy, Chris, to even imagine that this could even take place. But your suggestion is basically their command. They're going to try to make it happen.
I don't care how scuffy it is. I don't care if we have a cell phone pointed at the TV screen. That's how wasn't that how Jonas recorded his first max out with like a flip phone or some garbage like that? I mean, let's kick it old school. Let's go all the way back. Let's get our Tetris footage the old-fashioned way. I don't care. We get to hang out and see some good stuff.
Indeed. And Barrett is here asking, is Kim grilling? From what I'm told, I don't think so. I think Jeff has it would be great, but they might just order something there. Make it seem like it's grilling, right? Kim could just stand in front of the grill, but obviously, we'll who the master chef was there.
Maybe they'll just buy a bag of Jack in the Box tacos there.
Or you never know, maybe they have a bag of Power Bears, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah. Are they I guess I don't know if we're sponsoring just yet. We'll find out soon. 5 weeks. 5 weeks, King.
I know. Can you believe it? 5 weeks to go, Chris, before the big one happens. CTWC, man. I'm so excited, Chris. It's going to be, I've said it before, and I've said it many times, but I feel like it's going to be the best one yet. And sure enough, let's plug that real quick here, because that's what we do, Chris. We're shills, and we plug stuff. So it is happening. As Chris mentioned, we are 30 days away. October 13th. That's a month from now. 4 weeks, pretty much. October 13th to the 15th at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, the World Championship for 2023 will take place. The defending champion right there in the middle, Mr. Eric ICX, will be in the house. He'll defend. Chances are pretty high you'll see that young man on the right there, the 2021 and 2020 champion, Mr. Dog. And I don't know if you got a chance to watch Scout's recent video there, Chris, but I mean, a lot of stats that were put out.
Man.
I love it. You and I are baseball. Yeah, you and I are are baseball nerds. We love stats, and Scout did a fantastic job of putting something out there to kind of give a comparison of the legendary players in CTM and even Classic Tetris history when you compare JD, Dog, and Corion in the different eras of Classic Tetris and where they kind of rank up around in the 2019 era, right? The new era, we would call it. Dog, by far and away, has proven that, if you have to make the Mountain Rushmore of the Classic Tetris players, you could definitely put him up there in that regard.
I think a third title would definitely solidify his spot in those history books. He's currently tied with the guy on the left, Mr. Saley, who, we'll hope to see him again one day. He's becoming a grown-up and taking on those responsibilities, and maybe he comes back and maybe he doesn't, but we'll welcome him with open arms either way. And had some rumors that maybe that guy on the top right even does a thing. Who knows? I don't want to speculate, but
no.
This could be one for the ages this October.
I really think so. I think it's going to be fantastic. Much as I am going to know things are fantastic, when we take a look at another thing that I have to shill for here, Chris, we gotta not that yet. We'll get there soon enough. No, we got to talk about jerseys, man. Everybody, this is huge. This is big. We're a big, legit esport. Like say, Pajnab told you back in 2019 at the live event. CTWC esport jerseys are now available for pre-order if you are going to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. You can get one. All you got to do is just do !jersey in the chat right now, and you'll get all the information on how you can get one and have it delivered to you at the World Championships. Man, Chris, this is a huge thing. I've been fortunate enough to get a jersey in this similar vein, and that Sharky's doing his Classic Tetris Gauntlet. He made the jerseys for the teams over there, and he's done it here for CTWC. They are absolutely fire. I'm not gonna lie, Chris. They're really, really well done, and for the price, I think Sharky had to post like $45 or $50, something like that. I mean, wow, bargain price without question.
And we're gonna see so many people in that same jersey color. It's gonna be kind of hard to pick out who's who. Sometimes we'll have to really focus in on the faces, but that is remarkable job that design that Sharky put together. And you got those Tetramino abs, you will enhance your physique there with that subtle implication that you work out, whether you do or whether you don't. The jersey will say that you do. So I'm a fan. I feel like I don't deserve one. I'm on the fence about buying one or not, because I have my other sponsor, Geek Tropical shirt, that I tend to wear at these events. But maybe I will pull the trigger and go ahead and buy one for myself. But I don't feel like I deserve that because my PB is barely over 500,000 and all that good stuff. But I don't think Sharky matters too much, or whoever's taking the orders. But put it in today. Get your jersey in time for the championships next month.
Well, Chris, rumor's been told that the body mold for the shirts was crafted out of Jeff's sculpted body. So if you buy one of these shirts, you're guaranteed to play 10 times better than what you do right now. So once you put that jersey on, Chris, I mean, we might see you max out live at CTWC. You never know how crazy.
That's a good challenge. I mean, I would just want my neck to look better, which I think it would with this jersey.
I would think so too.
That's key.
Indeed, it is very key. So if you want, get yours today. Get the ! jersey in the chat, so that way you can go ahead and get yours. All you gotta do is go to tinyurl.com/CTWC jerseys with a plural there. Jerseys 23. Anpu says it's guaranteed, Chris. You'll play much better by wearing that. So take it from him. All right.
Whatever helps me.
Exactly. Whatever.
For an hour before I jumped on here, and what a grind. Jesus, I just can't.
Well, we know you're trying. We know you're trying. And we know that our players are trying. Hopefully they are beginning to get set up. We had agreed that around 6:30 p.m. their local time, that'd be 9:30 p.m. Eastern, that we would try to get showtime going. But of course, if they're setting up live, Chris, they may need a little bit extra time. So don't worry, we got some things to talk about. We got some buffering that we can do to stall for when our players show up. And let's kind of move on into talking about the best of 99, historically speaking, season by season. And I think let's take a look at the first season. Kind of showed these statistics in the first week that we had done this event, and I want to kind of go over that stuff with everyone right now. So you can see right here, Chris, best of 99 season 1 notable statistics. Louis and Ben, the innovators of the best of 99, went in and gave it a show. They kind of were like the experimental rats that you want to see, like, can people really do this and sit there and play 99 games over an 11-week span? And they've proven that you can. And here are the stats overall. So you can see Louis, his win rate, 36 wins to Ben's 63. So obviously Ben set the standard of the win rate. 63 was the all-time record for the first season. Number of max outs. Chris, are you surprised? Only one max out, and it was by Louis.
Yeah, those two don't typically get a lot of the max outs. Ben doesn't stream much these days. But you know, that's honestly, it's more surprising there was one. That's kind of a crappy thing to say. Louis did get the one max out that season, but you do see the high score there lower on the chart that Ben did have quite a one away. That's really close to a one away, but right on the cusp there of a max out. But you see about the roughly 2-to-1 advantage that Ben had during that first season. It was pretty much in Ben's favor. I believe he won all of the sessions, or maybe he only lost one of the sessions. It kind of got a little crazy in the following years, which you're going to show here in a moment.
Yeah, so basically Ben ended up sweeping Louis 11-0, and then they also played that bonus 2 weeks of 19 starts. They played a best of 21 with that, and Ben defeated Louis in both of those. So going into season 2, Ben undefeated, and we brought him back again for the second one. And all the notable things that you can take a look at. Look at the games, over 500K and over 600K that players got to reach. Ben, 49 games over 500. Like, basically half of the time he was making over 500 as a score, right? And the thing is, like, you would probably imagine they would have had more games if Louis maybe didn't have early top outs, or vice versa, right? Maybe Ben is not having an early top out, because they were prone to that. They were prone to that in that first season, just because it was such a different type of game that they're playing, right? So you had
one of the new stats that Scout has on his big Tetris reference, for lack of the better term at the moment, are games that reach 19 transition and games that reach 29 transition. So I think that 500K there is a reasonable proximity to that transition score, because you know, a good transition score, you get about 500,000. So roughly half the games, but obviously, like you said, if there's an earlier top out, they didn't have the chance to mullen it out to that 500K. So you can probably cut that in half. So maybe about 2/3 of the games that he got to play all the way out, he got to 500,000. The Tetris sheet, as Dr. J. Rules says.
Yes, Dr. Jules, of course. Good fan of Classic Tetris, yes.
I can't read, you know.
Yeah, I mean, well, of course. And then, if you can see at the total score overall, well, Ben, highest score was a 959. Louis got the max out there. Total score, when they combine all the games together, Louis had 44 million and 500 and change in that regard, while Ben 47 million in his quest. So we move on to season 2.
That average really close to 500,000. So a lot of games that didn't even get there were close.
Exactly, right. If you add them, if you put them all together, just on the cusp of that. So then we move on to season number 2 here, Chris, and we're bringing the big bat. We're bringing in the big bat. It is boom, Tetris with Jeff. He joins in the fun and says, "I want to beat up Ben Mullen," and it didn't look like that was going to be the case. The first week, Ben swept Jeff. Jeff was so rusty. You could tell he wasn't playing the game at all at that point. And he felt embarrassed, Chris. He literally, you know, and usually we don't talk about this, but he quietly DM'd me afterwards, and he apologized to me saying, "I'm so sorry I let that happen." He really took it to heart, and we took a break after that. The next week I couldn't host, but the week after that he came storming back, and he never looked in the rearview mirror again for Ben, and in fact gave him a sweep of his own. So they ended up canceling out, and then Jeff ran on a tear. 65 wins overall, ends up being 2 better than Ben's the previous season, and Ben finishing at 34 in that one. 3 max outs for Jeff overall in that one. Did you think maybe you would have see maybe more max outs from Jeff in that regard, Chris?
That sounds about right. 1 out of every 10 games, or 1 out of every 12 games. Oh no, I guess I'm looking at 7 and not 3. I'm an idiot. I'm on top of my game tonight too. Yeah, but in the long run, that improved his game. And when he went to Portland that October, he had one of the best qual sessions for a DAS player that we have ever seen with the new 2-hour format. So the best of 99 certainly helped. So Ben Mullen should take some credit for Jeff's run. If I'm Ben, that's what I'd do. He already gets credit for the great term mullening, so why not take credit for Jeff's success? I'd do that.
I mean, why not, of course. So you can see the stats over here. So 3 max outs for Jeff, 7 top outs under 100K. That's tremendous to think about that, right? You're playing 99 games, and 7 of those, he had the early false start, we would call it, right? Ben had 15 in that regard, so double what Jeff had. Tremendous to even look at that statistic there. It just shows you the consistency that Jeff can get over the 100K mark. Our lowest score for Jeff in that one, 109,000, and Ben 118,000. But look at the games over 600K. 36 games for Jeff that he reached 600K or better to Ben's 21. So about a third, more than a third of the games, Chris, he was getting that kind of score. No wonder he beat up on Ben.
Yeah, so obviously I was saying the 500's a nice facsimile for transitions to 19. 600,000 obviously getting deep into 19 and scoring consistently in 19. And Jeff, that's been the story of last season. That's been the story of this season. He's not missing the 100,000 threshold barely at all. He's not missing transition barely at all. And he's taking pretty much, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 games to the upper echelons of the 19 speed.
It really is. And that's just kudos to him, just the stalwart that he is, to be that consistent and so strong. Max out, as we mentioned, he had 3 of them. So the highest score for Jev in Season 2 was 1,085,000. Nearly a 1.1 in one of the games. Ben, which is funny, his highest score was 929, and it was a loss. It was a loss. It wasn't even in the max out game. Jev had like a 9, like it was a less than a 1 away. He had like a 985 the game that he won there, so just short of the max out. But I mean, imagine the thought. 929, Chris. You're probably Ben. You're like, God, that's such a good score. How did I not win? Crazy. And then you look at the total score overall. Jeff, 52 million. As you mentioned, Chris, before. That's like over 500K per game. Easy peasy, guaranteed. While Ben finished with 45 million. So huge gap right there between the score differentials. And for this season, Chris, yes, we could take a look, because even though we have one more round left to go, why not take a look at where our players stand after 90 games? And this is where it really heats up to show you the level of competition. Here we go. Through 90 games, Jeff is 59 to Alex is 31. The max out's still there, Chris. 3 max outs he's gotten. So he can eclipse that tonight. He's got 9 chances to do one more max out at least, and in this case would be the all-time record in the best of 99 series to get 4 max outs. So he's currently tied with his own record. Top outs under 100K, Chris, look at that. 5 for that man. He's less than what he had in the previous season, so his goal will try to be staying under the 7 and just, I mean, show how damn good he is, right? But Alex is 12, you can see that there, so not too bad for Alex. He did have some tough top out, but an interesting stat here, Chris, is that we've talked about the false starts, right? They have tied, well, actually not tied, they have the most games without a false start, 4 sets in this entire series. That is crazy to think about that.
We've gone 2 straight weeks, right? I didn't catch what the 3rd week, 3 weeks ago, but no false starts in the past 2 weeks.
We are no false starts in the past 2 weeks, so they're at a streak of about, I know it's plus 20, because I was looking at that stat before. I didn't remember the exact number. It was plus 20 straight games, no false starts. So that's tremendous to look at. But look at this stat here, Chris. So Jeff, about 55 games. So that's right up where he was. It's actually more games over 500 that he had against Ben. You saw he had 51 games in that regard. But look, Alex is 50. He's right there with Jeff in the 500K department. So that shows you that these games really have been neck and neck when they go to like a transition and so on. And then it becomes a little bit more disparaging there when you see Jeff over the 600K mark. He's got 42 games. So he's done better in that regard this season than the previous one. Because again, his opponent has pushed him to go further and further in these games. So that I found was very interesting.
It's a nice microcosm of tournament Tetris, you know, that you can see how you force your opponent to get into the 19 speed, then it's more chaotic, more things can happen, and that's why Alex has, even though that win total is such a disparity, the series total currently at 6-4 is a lot different than what you'd expect from the previous two seasons.
Indeed. And lastly, to look at that, so the max out for Jeff, 1,014,000. It's less than he had the previous season. Alex, 980. At least he got a win there. And he had 2 attempts, Chris, to get max outs for the first time in competitive Tetris. That 980 was on the recent episode that we just got to see. And then he also had a 975 where he was so close. Just a Tetris away. He missed it with a misdrop. And I'm sure he was probably kicking himself a little bit for that one.
But Jeff's such a good opponent that he changes his game ever so slightly compared to his competition. That even changes profile pick to match his Alex Kerr's stern pick. The last picture he was smiling like Ben was. This year he changed up the profile pick to, you know, show off the neck a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit.
What an all-around gamer.
Oh, certainly. And they're both the gamers here because you can see Chris at the bottom, most important stat, the total score. Jeff with 51 and a little more than 500,000 in the books already through 10 rounds. We got 9 more games to go. He can eclipse the 54 million that he got in the previous season. Alex at 44 million certainly can also overtake Ben's high score of 47 million with this set of games again. Because think about it, Chris, if they can start off the first like 3 games here and have like some not high 900 scores, then they could just coast in the last 6 and certainly pad them up and just make this the highest scoring best of 99 of all time.
Well, I think, you know, making this live, my expectations are out the window. They could blow us away and both get 1.1s or something crazy, or they could get lots of club zeros and just hanging out, have fun. But I am excited to see how this turns out.
I'm very excited as well. Chris and I are looking at the behind the scenes at the moment. We see a Jeff, and I see somebody else in the background. I see somebody else in the background. Oh my god. Well, they can't see it yet, Chris. They can't see it, but you and I are getting a sneak peek. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, we're moments away, folks, from seeing some amazing stuff happen. Let's transition over to the official title card there. There it is. The finale. You've been with us for so many weeks. 10 weeks to be exact. We started this in June. We've come to the end here in September. It's the official end of the Classic Tetris Summer. The Best of 99, Season number 3. The finale takes place in moments. I can't wait. And why not do this? Now, if King had a little bit more time, he probably would have been more professional and make a clip highlight reel of every game that they've done this past season, because that would probably be the smart thing. But I ran out of time and did not do that. So what we're going to do is, while we give players a few more minutes to get themselves set up and ready, we're going to go back and revisit the trailer video that set this up to kind of hype you up. We're going to get hyped up, and hopefully when we come back, we will get this one live for you. Hang out with the King and Bidwell, and we'll be right back.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Harry has been eliminated. And Jeff made the top 2. Jeff facing Jonas Neubauer in the grand final. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Jeff, boom, Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Neck and neck. Jeff takes our first round.
I think that they're fairly decent, for DAS players.
Ready for a Tetris. Where's the long bar?
Oh,
there it is.
Boom, yeah! 999, and there it is. Hydra Dude, he has done it. With 2 lines left, he's going to go out with the boom in style. And there it is, Big Tetris, or how we say it. Hydra, we go boom, Tetris for Jeff.
Look at this. Look at this. It's set up. Give him.
Boom!
Maxout Jeff 4. gotta steal it. Oh, yeah. Why not?
You know what else hurts? My back. That's right, Paul. My back. From having to carry all of the old guard into the new era of Tetris.
Ooh, this is getting tough here. Oh no! Hickory T for Nanu! One line to go up this high is dangerous. Can I get the J in? And he's gonna be done at 347! There it is, Derek! Boom! Tetris for Jeff!
But when it comes to match day, I'm a gamer. It's not personal, it's business.
What did Jay?
Jeff Moore. Jeff Moore. Jeff Moore. Jay Leno. Oh, yikes. Look at this crazy play from Jeff Moore, though. Hero burning all the way down, back to safety. My God, he's like a tapper up there.
Yeah. Woo! His dash control is certainly unparalleled.
Don't miscalculate. There's the T. Give him the line game. Give him the line. Give him the line. No, come on. Not like this. Get it over. Max out Jeff Moore. Let's go.
After that loss, I worked hard to get better. I even beat Ben Mullen, which was an absolute pleasure. Then the king asked me to come play Dan Viki for a title on Twitch. I then went on to say I would love to beat up that son bitch.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
What?
Oh my God! No! Dan Vinky! He's lost control! He lolls in the chat! Guy helped build the brand that it is today. He's never said no when I ask him to play. He's always like, let's go. Anything for you, King.
Cause I'm bringing the pain. I'm bringing the pain, baby. And I'm gonna help end this chapter of your story. Boom.
$686. There's a Tetris to go to 658. He needs to get to 687. Alex, you need 687. There's another one, but there's a Tetris. 689 is more than enough. He'll take it.
It's under control. It's under control here, Chris. It's under control. You get a 543 reminder. Alex, 543 will be the score. And got it with that triple. There you go.
There we go. GG's. Alex the man Kerr.
Match the play, but Kataru hangs that L. Gets it cleaned out. We are in Bridge City.
Going the same course to go with Jay this time. To clear away, these pieces certainly are beneficial to get out of this.
Good setup here.
Come on, Alex.
Yeah, nice and
Dirty Tetris for Alex Kerr.
You know, I mentioned earlier that Beast and Shen was a well-rounded player, but I think Alex is probably also one of the most well-rounded players in Tetris. He's really good at TGM, I believe, is one of his main games for Tetris. But he's also great at Nest.
Well, how about that, Hydra Dude? Can you believe it? Once in a lifetime, it's about to happen. The man himself, known as Kitaru, is here, and he's gonna play the king of friendlies. OMG.
All right, baby. Here we go. It is time. The moment you've been waiting for is here. And can you believe this? Not only are we live right now on Twitch.tv/ClassicTetris, but they're live in the living room of a man that certainly can stand the test of time. It is the Best of 99 Season 3 finale. Round number 11 takes place tonight, live and in living color at the Moore household. It's hosted here by the king of the restreams. You're watching Twitch.tv/ClassicTetris, and it is Kingsman36. Alongside with me, my partner in crime. The man has been doing it all day long, all week long, all summer long with me, hanging out, calling all the fantastic action. Chris Bidwell. Man, you proposed this like right at the beginning. Round number 1, you couldn't even wait. It's like, can we do the finale live? And you've been harping about it every friggin' week. Your wish is their command. It's happening.
The smile across my face, it just makes me so happy. We're both grown-ups, King. How often do we get to hang out with our friends?
You know, it feels like it's a lot rarer every day now, so I certainly think this is great.
We have elaborate, crazy competition event type things. And these two are just hanging out. Crafty Kim's got a smile. These two have a smile. I mean, imagine the smack talk, which I think it's kind of nice that we don't get to hear what they say directly. So maybe they can make it as, not PG rated as possible with the smack talk as the Tetris pieces start to fly here. But I'd say let's just get this thing going. These two players look ready. Look at everybody in the chat just like digging it. This is so good.
Oh, it is so good, man. Oh, it's crazy.
I don't see how you could beat this next year.
I don't know. I don't know. I might have to fly somebody out to make it happen. But this is incredible. And I'm so glad that they could do this. I want to first of all, I want to thank both players for accommodating me and allowing this to happen. Of course, Jeff for hosting, because he's so gracious of a host. That man loves to host. He'll have anybody over. Well, maybe not everybody. Some of you definitely are not allowed in the house, but
some standards.
There are some standards here. Crafty Kim was the bouncer. She won't let you into the house if that's the case. But of course, we have to do our etiquette before we actually get this one going. I know you're ready to call the match. I know you're racing. There's a lot going on here. We got to kind of cover things, but the first thing that we kind of cover is the rules.
Deep breaths.
Deep breath. Pace yourself, Chris. Pace yourself, because it is the finale. This is it. We're at the home stretch. The best of 99 house rules go like this. Players will start on level 18 only because they're pros. Players will restart the match if they top out at under 100k. If you've been watching for the last 10 weeks, you already knew that. And these guys basically don't do that at all. 4 sets where they have not had any false starts. A record in the best of 99 history. Mulling games is at the discretion of the player. Chris was kind of throwing out an idea that maybe every game should be a mullen. Well, we'll see if that's the case. And then, finale. This is it. 9 games played over an 11-week period. This is week 11. You can see the stats over here. Round 1, Alex, the big win in the decider over Jev, 5-4. Jeff then came storming back, round 2, 9-0 victory there. And then kind of trading back and forth. You can see there, Chris. Jeff with the win in round 3. Alex came back in 4. Jeff back in 5. Alex comes back in 7. After Jeff goes back-to-back. Another back-to-back for Jeff to seal it in round number 9, where he wraps it up. And then last week, Chris, it was the Alex show. He was on a tear.
He won those last 6 in a row. We thought Jeff was going to take all 7 and break his record last week, and then Alex just shut off that console, unplugged it, and threw it in the trash as he went on to win 6 in a row, and kind of makes this round 11 interesting. I mean, we know what the final results are going to be, but I think anything can happen. And with these two sitting next to one another, you know, they could sit there and focus on their games entirely. And I think we're going to see a little something different tonight. Maybe a little smack talk, maybe a little screen looking, maybe a little nudging. I don't know what they're going to do, but that's the beauty of this format. Just bring it to us and let's see what happens.
Well, what I need to know and see what happened is basically this, Chris. It is the final week, and it means your final keys to victory for players. They're going to hear you say this live and in person, and they probably make fun of you while this is going on. But go ahead. Please let them know what they need to do for victory.
Look at that physique. All right, so Jeff Moore. He's got a little erratic on 19 last week, and that's why Alex played a little more consistent game and was able to take those 6 in a row. So kind of clean up a little bit at post 19. Avoid the high digs. He was playing a little hero ball in the 18 stages and got out of a lot of those, but a lot of after transition killed his game. And then there's your stat. The magic number, 6 to tie, 7 to win. That's a pretty tall order. 6 to 3 is not a guarantee, but it certainly is possible. We did see him, you know, take a sweep at least in this series that we just saw. Alex, 6 in a row right now. Continue that streak. You know, it's kind of hard to make your opponent make mistakes. It's more of take advantage when the mistakes are made. I believe Jeff was not topping out early so much as he had bad transitions or got a little too greedy. And if Alex was right there in those situations, he was able to take advantage. And all right, this is we all want this no matter what. I have this bell sitting next to me. I've not rang it for the past several weeks. I'll happily ring it for Jeff again to break his record, but I think we're all rooting for Alex to get that first competition 1 million point max out. So bring it the freak home. You guys can do it.
You heard it from the man himself. Mr. Chris Bidwell has spoken. So it's up to players to make it happen. And for the final time in this series, we will generate a seed. And I got a feeling this time, Chris, there should be no problems with the seed because they're live and they can talk to each other.
Room.
They're in the same friggin' room. So I can't imagine that a seed would go awry here. And Alex is in charge. So Alex, you'll be in charge. I won't even. You'll get the original seed here, and then Alex, you'll take control.
When you put it that way, that's a challenge, and they might take that challenge and meet you on that. So just be careful.
I will. I will pin the seed here for reference for players to remember. It is 49 EB 12. Can't wait. A lot of people here to watch this one, Chris. This is exciting. The live finale. Unbelievable. I wonder. Well, you know what's funny here, Chris, is that. Oh, look at it. Oh, I love it. Oh, they shook hands.
Sportsmanship.
I love
what's
it.
What's Alex's t-shirt this week? I can't quite see that, but we'll make it out and reply, I'm sure, at some point.
I'm sure. I could also maybe look at the camera view and see if we can fix that. I have a ready from Mr. Jev. And we're waiting on Alex, perhaps putting in the seed at the moment. And interesting, Chris, he has headphones on. So it's like he's doing noise canceling with Jeff standing there.
It's a signature, though. I mean, it's like, you know, it's me, you know, it's you without saying, without screaming, or me without being obnoxious. I mean, it's a style. You can't get away from that.
Oh, Jeff is talking some trash right now. He's like, bro, you can put whatever you want on, we'll whip your ass. Welcome in Boggle 5. Hello, guys. Just wanted to watch some good Rocket League gameplay, but now I'm here. Please win, Alex. I love you. Such an underrated player. I love his fascinating, smart, and good gameplay. Good luck. Have fun. Trust me, that is a true sentiment. And Alex, very endearing to many people. He has won the hearts time and time again. Chris, you mentioned he's in one of the highest YouTube videos of all time, right? 2017.
Is there such thing as an underrated legend? Because that's, I think, that's an apt description. It's a strange description, but I think it perfectly fits him.
I think it does, yeah, because I think there's not enough talk about what he's done in the Classic Tetris scene in the golden era, I guess we can call that now, because of the way that things have broken down. And I think certainly people have forgotten how good he is. And I think this summer has really shown that he's back, really.
It's just been a treat. And go back and watch Ecstasy of Order at some point before CTWC and look how young he was in that movie. And, you know, you know, he was a kid, and I was in my 30s when I saw that movie. And, you know, look at him grow up to the man he's become. Not that I had anything to do with it, but you still sense an amount of pride in that. That, you know, nerds making their way through the world is always a heartwarming story to me. So, are we ready to get going here? Oh, got some Alex problems.
Yeah, I think there might have been a capture issue, so he's working on that. I think that's kind of why we didn't seem to be ready. Like I said, Chris, they've probably been ready for like hours, and and here we are stalling.
That's all right.
Well, if anyone's going to solve that problem, that's the right person right there to do it. So.
And Cole's Flakes, you're saying he's old? No, I'm saying I'm old. I'm turning 47 this month, so that is ancient. But this game is ancient, so I fit in, kind of.
You can fit in anywhere you want. You're a retro gaming legend. You're a Nintendo World Championship finalist.
I've had my moments, and I like having other people have their moments and sharing the moments with everybody and hanging out. I'm too sentimental. And thank you, that is not old, but I feel it on some days, but stuff like this makes me feel a little energetic and appreciate the nice words. But now now old man talk. Let's see any % get the stream up and running.
Well, you know the problem when Jeff has to come over to try to fix some tech issue.
Yep. Take out the thing, cartridge, blow in it. I'm kidding. Sure, it's something beyond that. Yep.
I look at that. Perfect.
So it's like a streaming issue, not a NES issue. And we got the camera back. And I was saying this earlier, because of the multiple camera angles this season, we've got a fairly good tour of Jeff's house. I had no idea there was the basketball hoop on the front entry door, so.
I've actually been in that house, and I don't even recall that there was a basketball hoop there, to be honest. I totally missed out on that. Because I was just too mesmerized at being at the famous Jeff Moore house. I was like, wow, I can't believe this is really happening.
Never been to Jeff's home, but I did get to go to Jonas's home one time, so I know the feeling. It's just, it's a little tiny room people stream in. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's, in real life, underwhelming. It's just a typical room, but then you get sentimental and feel the magic that's happened in that room. And I'm sure the same feeling is in Jeff's room here. And I think we have a hover 3. Does that mean you're ready, Mr. Alex?
We are officially ready. Players have the seats in.
Man.
It's time, Chris. The big finale. Game number 91 is all yours to kick it off. Please count them down.
Here we go. Straight from Vegas in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. The SZ start.
Beautiful, of course. Man, Chris,
Tetris.
I can't believe this is really happening.
Tetris, baby. Let's do it. Okay.
Oh, Jeff ruined it. Jeff, you're supposed to screen check. You're supposed to screen check what Alex is doing. Just copy it.
I mean, you can communicate same room. Just say what you're going to do.
Oh, man. What a treat this is tonight, Chris. Unbelievable.
We're getting droughted here. Hopefully get a line piece. Alex is going to get out of the drought, but he's yet to score his second Tetris. Now he finally does. Jeff's played it perfectly. 3 Tetrises in, 74-49 early on.
Let me ask you this, Chris. You got to wonder, right? So, obviously, they're playing in the same room at the same time. This is tremendous to see. This is history in the making for the Best of 99 series and all that. But how much do you think this could be at a disadvantage for Alex? Because obviously he's not accustomed to maybe playing with this type of setup, and you know, you had to bring his own equipment to try to make
Home
this
court
work.
advantage, man.
Yeah.
The crowd noise,
Oh,
the obnoxious announcers like playing like troll songs when you come up to bat. You got the marching band for the opposing team making fun of you with their marching band formations. It's a lot of things that go into a road situation that you have to overcome. But I think Alex has the veteran wiliness to overcome all those little tricks.
They're talking to each other, Chris. I love it. Oh, they're having a ball. They're laughing it up. Oh my god, tremendous! And what a shot, Chris. We are off to a good start. No false start here for game number 1.
Let's just call it 21 in a row.
I could probably go dig up the official stat there and find out. Barbara loves that
again,
your Tetris marching band got a good tickle out of Larva there.
We probably have enough nerds in our scene to probably form one.
Just for Alex to go to 180. Jeff with the early lead here, and the line count here, Chris, similar. No difference in this one. Jeff has pushed down a little bit, not as much as he would normally do.
After that wonky start, Alex is back in the thick of things, knocking down pretty much every Tetris at this point. It's 222 or 226, 246. Now all right, King, there's a chance.
Referencing the hey now, of course, yes.
I was, I've tried.
I know, no, you were fine. You were fine. A little distracted off the side here for a second, but I'm here. Paying attention. 315 to 251. Jeff in control early on. Alex will slam attention to go to 274. Chris, you made mention in the start here. Kind of gives you the vibes of going over to Jonas's house. So what kind of stories do you have in regard to that, as far as like those special hangs after like a
it was just the one time, the Pomona qualifier in 2019, which isn't that long ago, but it is like really a lifetime ago in this scene and in real life with what happened afterwards. We were invited over actually for Heather to do a Dr. Mario stream, and it ended up being me and Barrett and Packy and Scout, all stuffed into this tiny guest room in Jonas's house. And we did our stuff. We had a good time. Stream got turned off. We're hanging out a bit, and that cheeky bastard Jonas turns on the NES and starts playing even more Tetris at 2:30 in the morning. The dude was obsessed. Just you think that he turns it on and turns it off for the stream, but no, he turned it on when he didn't have to, and we all start passing the control around and playing. And Pack and I didn't get back to the house we were staying at until 4:30 in the morning, and our host had the door locked, and it was an electronic lock. Oh, we were locked out. We ended up going to Denny's and waking up the guy on the phone, and then he had to unlock the door for us. So, a tremendous, crazy story.
Barrett says that Packy was playing till 2:30, trying to clear 19.
Yeah. We just kept after the stream. We're all just still hanging around playing, and it. But going back to this game, 512 transition, 3 transition score. So Jeff's pushing a 600 transition. Starting off strong, home field advantage and all.
I'm going to do her best to wrangle the little ones away, because that's basically the Tetris marching band right there. They'll be coming
little ones when an adult's in the house, like, oh, hey, have fun, play with me. Let me show you this.
Oh, yeah.
Which is awesome, except when you're trying to face Jeff Moore in a match of Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
But Alex holding his own. He's going to get a 500 transition here, but he's well behind Jeff Moore, 587 post-transition. But again, with the press down, he's ahead by about a level.
Even live and in person, it doesn't matter. They're both doing it great. And here we go. It is transition time.
Man.
Spicy 19 plus underway here, Bidwell.
Not quite neck and neck, but damn close. And the moment Jeff makes a mistake, Alex is going to take advantage. Both players well under control at the 19 speed. And, Jeff or Alex, another disadvantage is the uncomfortable chair. Jeff's got the nice little gamer chair, office chair. And Alex is sitting in the kitchen chair with the wood back. So that could become a factor deeper into the night.
I can't imagine maybe Alex got to pick that chair. Can't imagine Jeff saying, "Oh no, you can't touch my. That's my game."
Oh no. That's yeah. It's got the proper rear end contours. You can't mess with that. That's 680 Jeff Moore. This game is turning into a monster already. But Alex keeping right up. That about 100,000 point deficit, but it stayed there for the past couple levels. The board's under control both sides. Jeff nearly had a perfect clear.
2 pieces away from that. Jeff at 745, tearing it up. Alex keeping up at 654. They're looking to pad those stats here, Bidwell. They were talking about at the opener.
I'm not going to curse it. I'm not going to bring up what could happen here, but this is shaping up to be possibly the best game of the series at the way this is going. Jeff improvising with the column 9 Tetris to keep that lead up at 100,000 points, but again, that speed increases, or the line difference, about a whole level.
Oh, what a burn from Alex to open it up. My word.
He's going to make that a 2-line 12. Saw the line piece coming up and changed his, made the micro adjustment to score the Tetris there. And look, our deficit's now only 50,000 as Jeff has encountered some issues here at level 25. Who's going to get out of this first, King?
Yeah, Alex has a very interesting solve, and that left side is pretty much inaccessible for him. He needs a long bar in the worst way, and that's going to be hang-a-rang.
Do it, but mulling this out, Jeff Moore.
Man, what a game number 1 we just saw there, Chris, live and in person. Jeff going to take this first one, and he is on the way to potentially max out City. Needs another 158,000 points to get there. Quick tapping his way to the left. There's another Tetris for him with 15 lines left to go. Mathematically, absolutely possible. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, four Tetrises, 15 lines, so it's be really close. Not a lot of burning room, but so far the board is, ooh, that might do it though.
Get 2 more, but he has to play there. And the hang-a-rang long bar will finish it. But a 9-12 to start there. Wow, what a game number 1 right there, Chris. Tremendous opener from both live and in person. Oh my word.
Let's do that 8 more times, guys. It'll be the greatest night ever in the Best of 99 series.
Indeed. And looking to eclipse all the statistics tonight.
So, green tea again for Alex's beverage of choice.
Producer Cola Flask. Let me know. I'll probably mirror the camera there. It's actually a nice idea. I kind of forgot about that because I was like, man, this is so cool to see like that. Normally I would enlarge Jeff's camera there so that way you get him in the frame, but just seeing Alex there live just makes it more. I love it. It just
it's real.
It's real. Thank you.
Because you wouldn't know if you looked at the 2 different cameras that they're in the same room. So that definitely adds that realism. And forsaking 4 professional points from your final grade, but so we're fixing this up. I get to see the magic of OBS and King's screen here.
Of course, and then we'll bring the magic over there. So that way it looks like Jeff is facing.
Hey, yeah.
All right, players are ready to go, so no delay. Time to play. Let's go ahead and kick it off to game number 2, Chris.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. That's the thing in this modern age, King. Everybody's an OBS producer now. Yes. Look at all the suggestions in chat. I love it.
I gotta fix camera again. Jeff decided to sit in his proper spot and lead over.
Pressing down early on here.
There we go. Love it. Poppy says Alex mirror match happening right now. It's true.
Needs the palette swap. Can you do like one of those color change reversible things?
Now you're asking too much there.
That's a lot.
Well, what we can ask for is perhaps another good start. Gonna get a double here for Alex. Got a good board. Lombard engaged. Tetris, he's got it maintained at 71,000. Jeff pushing down a little bit. 97,000. He's trying to get over and get us another full start free game.
Alex getting a little cheeky there. We are 1 Tetris and change away. 4,000 points away from Alex to make this 22 in a row. I don't know. We're getting Bill Goldberg territory. We just make up the streak as we go along.
Yes.
Up 60 points.
Just push down real hard 6 times.
There it is.
There we go. Chris Bidwell's favorite stat, the 0 full starts. And while they are going about their way there, maybe I should go look at that stat. Let me go take a quick look while you watch the gameplay here.
You can have Pumpy do it, or somebody can.
Oh, Pumpy's not paying attention to that. That's not a stat he's keeping. Please.
Okay.
That's what I got to keep here. Let's go back real quick. Of course, entertain the crowd. Let them know what's happening.
Well, you know, Jeff's setting up a little cheeky monument here in columns 4 and 5. Sets up the Tetris well. And bangs it down. He's up 202 to 196, so another close game here in game number 2. But you just gotta love the consistency here. Like we said, this has been the best of 99 season yet. I don't know how we're going to top this next summer, but that's not my problem. And dirty triple for Alex Kerr, 1 Mino short. And he nailed the S spin. Does not nail the T spin and pays for it with only the triple there, but gets his board back down to somewhat safety. But there's going to be some puzzles here to get out of this situation. Or if he's going to play one off the bottom, let's take a look and see. But Jeff's not playing exactly clean either. Uncovering the Tetris well, maintaining that column 5 well. And they're just yucking it up.
I love it.
I don't even care what they're talking about. They're making fun of me. I don't care.
Well, they were doing that, not even have to be live for that, Chris. They were doing that every week.
Oh, yeah, that's just a constant.
And what is a constant is that, looking back at the history, Chris, they have gone 0 full starts since round number 8. So 8, 9, and 10, that is a total of 27 games in a row with no full starts. Add the 2 tonight, we're at 29 straight.
Wow.
Clearly an all-time record.
Super consistent. But I think this game, let's get those necks out, King. 279, 275. Alex does just take the lead there with that dirty Tetris. And Jeff knocks one off the bottom as well. So unconventional play. They're trying to stretch out those Tetris rates early on in the 18 stage. The more aggressive 18 Alex has been a revelation in the late weeks this season.
Yeah, I feel like he's found his footing, Chris. He's found his comfort zone. Maybe he's found himself again, right? Just because we've talked about that ad nauseum in this stream and this series, that Alex doesn't play enough, right? He's not out there kind of like grinding and things like that. And Jeff isn't doing that either to say that.
Nor should he be.
Right, but I think at this point in their careers, you would like to see them get a little few more matches here and there just to sharpen their skills and so on. And I think this is around the right time to do that as we get close to CTWC season and so on. So look at the aggressive build
Look
here
at this.
for Alex.
Oh, the dirty build. Column 8 or high, but RNG is going to be a pain. They'll have to sell up the board here soon. No, you don't. Not if you get the line piece at the right moment. Gonna keep playing here, Alex? No, he does not. Gets the 4-line solve with a quick triple and single. So 405, 408. The next continue through the Joey Parker turn. 409 transition for Jeff Moore. 405 with 13 lines to go. So Alex has the pace lead here and takes the actual lead with that Tetris now.
Yeah, really excellent gameplay here for Alex. Absolutely sharp. Look at that last second adjustment. He wanted to go S flat for a second because of the way he wanted to set up the board. Didn't think the Lombard was going to come. He gets the Tetris in. Playing a little bit safer because he knows 19 was coming. Hence why he was taking a lot of those burns. And he'll transition and he'll have the better score. And he's got the lead at the moment here, Chris. 458. Jeff with the Tetris, but he's on level 21.
the truly intelligent people can not only figure things out, they can explain to you how they're figuring it out. And when you see Alex Kerr making those micro adjustments right before the next piece drops, you can see right along with him what he's doing and why he's doing that. Alex in a little trouble here post-transition, though.
Oh, they're yucking it up over there. He can't vault the J.
Oh, no.
And that'll do it. Jeff has just toasted him just enough right now. Wow.
I don't think this is paceable for a max out for Jeff Moore.
Sure is entertaining to watch him do those moves. Oh, it's got...
And he could have given us the Mullen Tetris then top out, but I could have gotten that. Didn't need to.
Didn't need to. Didn't want to flaunt in front of Alex right there. Make Alex sit and wait. Crazy.
As Jeff stares right in the camera.
Scratching his head. It's like, Alex, should I play this seat? Is this the right seat, Alex? Alex, yeah, of course it is. Oh, and he brought the green tea there. He's got the green drink there. That.
All right. Game 3 ready. He's got the seed in.
All right, Chris, count him down.
3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well,
Alex.
green tea, the beverage is there, not green tea, the player.
Yeah. Well, you might have to wait for the player next year. Oh, sorry, what?
What? Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh. King, what are you saying?
Oh.
What? Stay tuned.
No line pieces this seed yet. A good 20 Minos in here. Jeff trying to maintain a build. Man, what a drought to start.
Ugh. Jeff had an opportunity to burn away a triple, and he chose not to do it, so he'll just bring this down.
Yep.
Alex.
And Alex gets the line piece, only gets a triple out of it. Now, this might break our streak, but this is totally understandable if they can't get out of this without breaking 100,000 points. This seed sucks.
Really nice placements here for Alex. The patience, persevering really well. He's digging through at 14,000. Jeff has finally broken free, and at 79,000 is looking good. Look at that. Wow, Alex. Tremendous dig out. What a gamer he is, Chris.
He could have let that go, but still a little while to go before 100,000 points. Jeff has crossed that threshold.
Alex is telling Jeff, I don't know how I did it, but I look amazing.
I know. It's beautiful dig out. That would have been a game over for me.
Somebody else that would have liked to see that be a game over is here. Maybe he's the guy that will be stepping in next year. You never know. Be playing with a buddy of his.
Look in the chat there. We got one Matt Bucco. Try to do your voice. Oh, how many games you got left, King?
How many games on left, King? I'm playing Rocket League, man. It's a tournament time. Wow, what are you doing? Oh, this is a 9-game set. This is the finale, sir. So you're watching Jeff and Alex playing live and in person at Jeff's humble abode. A first in the series to actually make this happen. This is tremendous. Jeff giving the Bucco impression. It's like, oh, I did that. Sounds exactly like him. The 27.
I love seeing Matt Bucco back in Hartford a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
So this is game number 94 out of 99. We got Cool Ice Age. Didn't see him in Hartford this year. Saw him last year, but good to see Aaron.
Aaron is, no slouch himself, Chris. He has been at live events as well. Oh, I think Alex was trying to go for a line spin there.
Yeah. The cool points, the temptation.
Aaron has done live meetups for Tetris matches. In fact, if he invited Fractal to come to his high school to play a Tetris match with him, Chris, if you didn't know that.
Did that happen?
Yeah, that happened.
Oh, man. That's, we always talk about how what back in our day type of thing, but that would have been amazing to have a school support you in your video game endeavors. I can imagine some of these kids in high school still getting a lot of clout and being able to show off their skills.
Oh,
And maybe not getting football team accolades, but that's still a way bigger improvement than back in my day.
Indeed. It shows you how much the era has changed now, Chris, that esports are being accepted. Certainly, this is one that will be accepted throughout the world, and I'm predicting big things happening at CTWC this year. I think there is a major moment that is upon us and will revolutionize where we are in this sport. And you're watching two legends of the game that help build the foundation of where we are today. Jeff in the lead at 371. Make a Tetris to go to 394. Alex at 276 got a bit of an issue.
Yeah, this board is not ideal for Alex Kerr. Covered up as well, one piece before the line. And just the piece, nice flat burn though. Uh-oh. Is that enough? Is that lowered enough for him to get it vault over to the left? Probably not. And he's going to give that up at 281, and Jeff Moore is going to take game number 94.
Okay, number 94 belongs to Jeff. Well, it's actually 93, actually. Yeah, because we started with 91. So 91, 92.
Started game 90, or started 90. Okay, 91, you're right.
Yeah, gotta count that first one.
Yes, math. I was thinking we finished with 90. Whatever.
I got it.
All right.
It's okay.
We got it.
We got it. And since they're live here, Chris, early top out for Alex. He had a tremendous day going on, but just couldn't get it out. They're going to have to share this soundbite together. So, Jeff, you can point at Alex because he just made a mess on the floor. Oh, no, I'm going to let it go, man. It's going to come out. Oh, no, Kingsman. Yep, there it is. Cleared up on aisle 4 there. Mart's messiness happening. Jeff is staring at him. It's like, did you make a mess in my own house? How dare you? All right, Chris, count them down. We got game number 4.
All right, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Now game number 94. Which, of course, is the best year in modern history.
Ah, thank you, Chris. Stealing my thunder, but it's apropos. 94. What a great number. And
well, that's the year I graduated high school, and our class slogan was the class of 94, the class you can't ignore. And I wanted to choke somebody because I thought that was such a horrible line.
And was it on your Instagram, Chris, that you had a recent photo of you back in college?
Yes. Found that in my folder. Decided to share it. Good old skinny Chris from probably like 96. Don't remember exactly when I was taken.
Scary moment there for Jeff. I was hoping he would not get into that kind of trouble, but he is okay, and he'll slam another touch at 75,000 for Jeff. Alex at 35,000, playing less risky than Jeff did at that top. I was getting concerned. Remember, we are 3 straight full starts, currently at 30 overall.
We're getting close to beating it again. Wonder if the players take pride in that at all, or if they're over that. They want to get transitions every time. I don't know what the mindset is.
But you would think you would have some pride in a statistic like that, just because it kind of shows the wherewithal of staying consistent, keeping games alive. It's good comp practice. You've said that many times over, Chris, on this stream and several others in the past, that you got to learn how to dig out. You got to learn how to survive, because when you're playing in a competitive match in a tournament setting or in a league setting or whatever, right? Obviously, these are just for fun, for friendlies, and good time, good last. But if you're playing at the World Championships, there's no like, oh, 100K top out rule. I could just let this one go. Let's restart, right? No, you got to stay alive, play it through.
I mean, most competitive retro video games are in the speedrunning arena, and one of the things I generally don't like about that is if you get a bad run, just reset. Just go for that world record constantly. And I don't like that kind of loses the competitive edge there. Like, if you make a mistake, don't overcome that mistake. Don't change your strategy up, just reset. And like the big 20 that they had last weekend that our very own Packies finished in, I believe, 18th or 16th, finished in the top 20, which is amazing. They even had some Tetris in there, and a lot of the traditional speedrunners kind of struggled with it. They had to finish B-type 0 through 5, but at any level. So a lot of the pro speedrunners were playing at some pretty lame-o levels, and our boy Pac got a 19-0, 19-1, 19-2, slowed it down a bit for 3, 4, and 5, but he did our scene proud. And I thought I had to mention that during our broadcast tonight. But going back to my point, I do like in what we do is adjusting to the situation, playing through bad games, playing through bad RNG, and adjusting on the fly. That's more like a real sport in my book.
Are playing a real sport at the moment. 289 out of Tetris for Jeff. Go to 311. But he's 13 lines in advance because pushdowns are prevalent now. He's in major pushdown mode in this game number 4 right now, Chris. Alex at 261. He's taking his time. He's taking the slow route, making sure the board is back to safety. And I love it. I love it. They're just jawing at each other here, Chris. They're just chatting away. I would just, Barrett had talked about, we had mic'd them up. They both have maybe some crappy mics there, but I would still love to hear what is going on. And as we traditionally do, we'll have the post-game interview. So right there, question number 1, easy. What are you guys talking about during the match? Watch it be something like
what
they're
are you
just
drinking
sharing.
should be number 1. Is there actually green tea in that bottle, or is there a little extra enhancements to his beverage of choice this evening? And then 2 would be, what are they talking about?
Well, I'll save that question for you, Chris. I know you asked the tough questions.
Gotcha. You're the professional. I follow. The Larva's reminding us that Packy did get 16th last weekend in the Big 20, but either way, awesome job. He was in league with people like the Mexican Runner and Arcus, which is, in the world of speedrunning, those are some pretty big names there.
Have a victory over the Mexican Runner. Just saying. 420, hey now, for Jeff.
Hey!
The Tetris to go to 443. Alex at 343, down 100,000 points, but he's also down about 21 lines. So he can make that up.
Although with this formation and with 110 lines, I think you're more in cleanup mode, preparing for level 19, even with the deficit. Jeff transitions at 448. Not the cleanest board, but it is low.
Kotan, what you can do with the 420 that was given earlier. 458 now for Jeff, 356 for Alex. He is 10 lines away. Jeff's already on level 20. Probably telling Alex, put this piece here, put this piece here. Don't put that piece there because I put it in the wrong spot. Jeff gonna bring this down.
Alex is back in a scoring position. And Jeff hasn't really scored much since transition. He had a mid 500 or mid 400s, and he's still now he's only in the high 400s at level 21. So he's been kind of twiddling his thumbs a bit, trying to get back in a scoring position. Finally gets a Tetris. Now he's at 502. But Alex Kerr with a low transition for him at 396. But now we're both in scoring position clean along the bottom. And just the way we like it, King, level 19 play is going to determine this game number 94.
Yeah, see, it's been a little difficult to handle at times. There's been a lot of digging going on, but players might have a good handle here. Jeff looking for, yes, the lumbar comes to the rescue, and he zips that L over very confidently to the left side. 564 for him, add another Tetris to go to 593. Alex at 453, down 2 levels, but in the score is the most important category. He'll got a Tetris to get to 482, down about 113,000 points. Jeff.
And you see Alex playing a little safe. Wasn't feeling confident with his Tetris build. Takes the safety triples. And again, taking the triple. I don't know if he shook his head there. He probably didn't want to do that in retrospect, but that might be instinct. But Jeff here, 662, and again, he's in a little trouble playing a little safe as well. So maybe he's a little gamesmanship. They know where each player is at the moment in the match.
again, keeping the board under control. He will set up.
Now Jeff playing aggressive, or Alex playing a little aggressive. A little smile. It's like, there, knocks it down. 733, 572, but 21 line difference. If you use the GD calculations, about 100,000 points for 20 lines. So it's about a 100,000 point pace lead for Jeff Moore as he enters 27, as he approaches 29. This might be our first second transition of the night.
Take a look as we watch both players in action. Jeff waiting for the L. It does come, another L. He's getting all the right pieces here, Chris. It'll slam a Tetris here on level 28.
And as Jeff's getting all the right pieces, Alex is getting all the wrong pieces. He's had to waste several lines trying to clear out this Tetris well. And again, the line comes too late, so he's at 620 at 204 lines. This looks to be Jeff Moore's game here as he is at 229, gets to the 230 threshold, tops out at 855. So if Alex Kerr plays perfectly, probably not, but it's all you can do at this point. But even taking these little simple safety burns, which are the perfect strategy, but
yeah, no, at this point, mathematically, he's not going to be able to get it.
But Jeff, looking in Alex's camera.
Studying here, Chris. Wants to see, can he get
stalking
the last Tetris in, and it won't happen. Oh, nice triple there.
Oh.
Try to rotate that long bar the last second there, Chris. He almost got it over to get that 29 Tetris. Man, that would have been tremendous. Still would have been not enough. Would have got him over to the 800K marker, but wow, what a game. Both get to 29, Chris. That's all you can ask for. That was tremendous.
That's our first double kill screen in a while.
It is.
But with that said, I want this one. Game number 94 is no more. GG's, Jeff Moore.
Very well done, Chris.
4 in a row. And we're going to take the break now, or?
No, after game 5. So, I don't know, maybe...
Oh, are they going to switch?
Well,
let's do that.
I mean,
screw it all.
Yeah, just screw everything up as far as the cams go, but that wouldn't be too bad. It would be interesting. It would be interesting.
It's like the twins switching places in high school, you know.
Yes. Because they look exactly alike here. All right. So we have gone through 94 games. We're about to get to game number 95. Alex will let Jeff know what to increment. I've lost count at this point. Welcome in shy, but for all. What's going on? I've never watched a chess competitive match. This is like chess boxing, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Chris. We are now at the halfway marker of the set. Game number 5 is upon us. It is game number 95 overall. Please count them down.
3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Where's and the S to start. Beautiful. First 2 pieces here.
You know how Jaws has the record of number of kick flips in Tetrises? Maybe we have Tetrises and paper wads into the basket behind Alex Kerr's camera.
Indeed.
And
Internet.
Frozen.
Internet, perhaps.
Okay.
Internet issues in the past. We can, if we get a.
I mean, you risk the danger of, with both sharing an internet connection, that we lose both screens at the same time, but that also means the fix will fix both screens at the same time. So.
Correct. And yes, the internet has gone down at the Moore household. So, players, if you can hear me, hopefully one of them has the stream open. The internet has failed. So what we'll do is we'll do a top out. And then hopefully we can get the connection fixed. It's going so well for the first 4 games there, Chris. It's going great.
More drama.
As we wait, we're gonna probably need tech support in the house there, Kim. If you can check the router. Of course, this won't count as a false start here.
Nope.
Hold it against
Nope.
players. Saying the drama because I guess they want to know what Jeff is gonna do with that T piece coming up here.
Oh, well, this is... Me, I would lay it flat on columns 7, 8, 9, but I'm sure somebody will tell me that's incorrect.
Yeah, I would think that's incorrect. I mean, that's probably what Jeff would end up doing because the way he has the S coming in, it looks like he's going to go S flat. But in reality, the better solve would be going S in 3, 4, and just, you know,
standing up, yeah,
stand it up,
and then
put
filling in
the
that gap
in
with the T, yeah.
In 5, 6, correct? Yes.
Controversy.
Of course. All right, so they have a gentleman's pause. That's fine.
Well, and you know, it was kind of out of the question about Jeff getting up to 65 wins, but now that's within reach now that he's taken the first 4 here. So he's only 3 away from breaking that record.
Right. He only needs 1 more to win the set for tonight. But as Chris just mentioned, yes, mathematically, 2 away from tying his record. He comes into the tonight with 59 wins, so he's now at 63. He has tied Ben Mullen's record from Season 1. And Jeff is 2 away from tying his own personal record that he set in Season 2. I love how Jeff says trying to get it back up. But we all know he's really got Alex like working on that, really. So I say Alex is trying to get it back up.
You're using your resources that you use Alex Kerr to do tech things.
Of course. Alex is probably telling him that, listen, how much you paying a month for internet? And this is the bandwidth you got? Oof, you better call your provider. All right, Chris. Well, we have a moment in the break of action. Perhaps this would be the time to take a break. Then,
might as well.
We could do that, right? We would take the break at different points of the match. It would be at the 5th spot is when we usually would do that. So we'll do it right now. They have a
Yes, and
pause.
let's go. Improvise.
Of course. What we'll do is talk about a couple of things here first. Chris, we talked about them in the beginning of the show, so we'll talk about them again right now. It is the most important one is this one. CTWC is back. The World Championships take place at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo on October 13th through the 15th. Great attendance, I'm sure, will be happening here. You got the defending champion in the middle, Eric ICX, will be back. Yes, said so. Gotta imagine that young man on the right gonna look to try to make history and become a 3-time champion. Certainly would love to see that in the new era. And then Chris mentioned maybe that man holding up the 2014 championship in the back. You know, never know if he might show up. He's a very strange figure. Very mysterious these days, Chris. He likes to kind of allude to things. Would love to see him if he comes out.
Absolutely. Just seeing any of these guys again, it's going to be a great time. You know, when we're in the planning stages, we're talking about, you know, food and drink vouchers. You know, we got a pretty good handle on things if that's what we're debating in the planning stages. We're not, you know, we're not struggling to forget our internet situation. We're not struggling to find consoles. We're getting down to the finer details with 1 month to go. So I'm feeling good about things.
As we should, yes. We'll be feeling good. I'm sure there'll be more announcements coming out in the next few days or week or so. People want to try to find out what other information. You know, scheduling, I'm sure, will be out soon enough so people can plan their trips if they haven't already done something. At this point, you hope people have already booked their tickets, but
yeah,
you know, that's a thing. So hopefully we'll get schedules out and other details that'll be finalized in the coming weeks, and hope to see you there, because if you're there, then that means you can get something very special. And this is something created by Sharky. Wonderful job by him to bring these tremendous esports to life. CTWC esport jersey. You can get it personalized. You want us to get a Chris Bidwell? Chris, if you had to get, well, I'm expecting you get one because that'll make you an even better gamer, but
Right.
would you put your name Bidwell on there, or would you put BSG 4000 or something else?
I'd probably put the tag on there. Yeah, that's my fledgling gaming career. I have that stupid tag, so it's already attached to me. I might as well stick with it.
Might as well, right? I mean,
How about that for a nonchalant answer?
I mean, that's perfect answer because that's called branding, right? You branded yourself to be
Yeah.
known as BSG 4000. But who am I to say, right? Other people might have other ideas. I mean, Pumpy Heart is here. Maybe he wants to be just Pumpy, or maybe, wants to go by Dr. Pumpy Heart or whatever.
Oh, that's right. He's an actual doctor. Well,
Yeah, he's got a PhD, yeah, and everything.
academic doctor. Yes.
Exactly. So you can get yours, and as Pumpy has mentioned in the chat, it's also shipping available now too. Sharky was able to get that worked out, and you can get yours shipped. You're not attending, that's okay. You can still get one. If you want to get yours personalized with your info on it, all we got to do is just hit !Jersey. It'll take you to the website to fill out the information. It's tinyurl.com/CTWC Jersey 23, and you can get all the info that you need. And place your order now. Again, this is a hard deadline. You can see right there, September the 17th, Chris. Hard deadline. There's no like, oh man, I missed it by one day or I missed it by a couple of hours or whatever. Can I still do it? I have money. You can roll the cash all over you want. You can dollar bills all day long. It doesn't matter. You gotta meet that cutoff, September the 17th, which I believe is a Monday, Chris. So you gotta get it in by then in order to get yours delivered on time.
4 days from today. Is that Sunday? No.
Maybe Monday.
Either way, it's soon. You're not going to hear us talk about it again.
Yeah. Oh no, it is Sunday, right? Yeah, because tomorrow's the 14th. So, bottom line is, you got to get it now. Don't delay. Go and get this jersey. It's great. As Pumpy mentioned, shipping available as well, and orders, I'm told, will be delivered by around Christmas. For those that would like to try to get it delivered, especially internationally, right? You probably want to get that order now because the shipping times are pretty rough these days. Igonzi is asking for predictions on the Winter King. I got Dog probably. I mean, that's a great choice, right, Chris? I mean, who would not bet against Dog?
The CTMs this year have been off the wall. There's been no one consistent winner. A lot of people think Fractal. Eric obviously could be a favorite, but they're literally changed the rules of the game because of what Eric and Fractal did last year. So I have no clue. The Great 8 from last year, or the Elite 8, or whatever the heck Scout christened them last year, that field has expanded. So wide open field. I think Dog is a great choice because he has experience in winning these things, but if anybody wins, I will not be shocked. Will anybody in that expanded high-end first tier CTC?
Books wants to know how many U's and O's can you add on a jersey? I mean, as many as you want, whatever can fit that. I don't know what the character limit was, but I mean, for you, it would make an exception. I mean, we can even just run it all like from sleeve to sleeve. Like what was that baseball player Bidwell? I can't remember that. Used to play for the Blue Jays, and he had his name like literally like from one end of the short sleeve to the other end because it was so long.
Ooh, I don't know. I do know Christian Encarnacio Strand had the longest name ever in Major League history, but he decided to only put Encarnacion on his jersey rather than the full double name. So that's saved from having a name going in a full 360 degrees. So, I guess they're ready. 3-2-1 Tetris. Oh, they're just continuing their previous game.
Yeah, they called a gentleman's pause, and already Alex a bunch of misdrops there.
A gentleman's Vits there.
A gentleman's pause. I think we're gonna call a redo here. That would be fair enough because I think that game was, we didn't really get to see much happening.
We're selfish. We want more of these guys, not less.
We
so
want
let's
more,
just call it a false start. Not really. That's a technical issue.
We will not count that as the false start for top outs and things like that. This will not count for that. We've had a few of those tech issues throughout, but it's fine. Alex just laughing it off. But don't worry, we will not count that one. That will not count as game number 5, so we will redo And it will not count to the full start meter because it's my rules and I can do whatever I want. But increment your seed players.
1995 was a sad
It was a sad
sequel to 1994. So again, our game 95 is a sad sequel to game 94. But here we go.
Oh, and
Game 95 for real.
Arta got it. Yeah, Jared Salta. Was it Salta Lamacchia? No, he played for the Sox. He played for the Sox. Well, anyway, while we figure that out, we're gonna count it down. Go ahead, Chris. Redo game number 5.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Might as well just Google it. Blue Jay's long name.
It began with a C. I think I want to say like Frank.
Yep, Salta Machia.
Saltamachia, yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
Played for the Sox too. There was somebody else. I can't remember now.
14-letter surname barely fits onto Blue Jays jersey.
And Jeff's gonna barely get a dirty Tetris to stay alive here, and Alex will get a split triple to bring this down, so players able to weather the storm early on here, Chris.
So we still have our streak to worry about here, King. Alex playing just a little nutty. Gets the slightly dusty Tetris. And another.
The dusty. We're not talking about the
and
American
with
Dream
this
either.
one, 99,560. Alex is that knack to get just quite the threshold. He breaks the threshold first, actually, 101. And with this Tetris, Jeff extends the streak of immortality.
Oh, they're having a ball here, Chris. Oh, I love it. This honestly warms my heart. Just seeing them go at it like this. Like, imagine if they're like, "Nah, we don't want to do this," and they're just sitting in the rooms there. They would have like stone cold faces and just like trying to concentrate. No, they're having a great time here, and that's what this was all about.
It truly is a difference, when we had the online tournaments in 20 and 21. And, it's just like, wait till these kids go to the live event. Wait till these kids get to the live event. And the ones that have made the trips out in the subsequent years have had a ball. And this year is going to be no exception. Maybe the best one yet. Don't know until it actually happens, but I have a good feeling.
Yeah, no, I got a really good feeling. I mean, we said that about last year's too. And last year didn't disappoint. We broke records. You saw the unthinkable happen. 2 million scores going on in a Classic Tetris game at the World Championship. A new evolution of players being showcased, and certainly a champion that I think a lot of people did not expect would have been the world champion. So it kind of goes to show you, Chris, on game day, anything can happen. We saw a major upset that first day. So I guess back to Gonzi's question earlier on, early predictions of maybe favorites for world championship status. I mean, we saw live in Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut. You got Huff there. Once again, he's like the regional machine. That young man doesn't lose regionals at all whenever he's like pretty much in attendance. Very rarely does he take an L there. Young roller by the name of Cole Bucket certainly opened people's eyes to say, hey, this kid could be a player. We've seen a bunch of others show up. Got a taste of Noah Dang, and at the other events, I mean, a lot of people high that maybe Buckethead shows up, Chris. I mean,
Buckethead, that's my fun new pick.
Yeah.
Let's get that KFC sponsorship, baby.
So I think when it comes down to the bottom line, when you're asking and wanting to know, King, who do you think? Oh, Alex missed the S-spin here.
Ooh, Alex.
He gets out of this first. Chris, good double with the J there. Like, he should be okay. Plenty of lines still to work with on this 18 speed. And that L is full. And the long bar flat.
And with that flat burn.
Well done.
Solves the...
Look at this.
Jeff Moore, a little bit of an issue here, even though he's got the 434-252 lead. As our internet is going full Taco Bell. Now we're back.
There we go. 462
course, if I want
for
to,
Jeff and 300 for
if I want to
Alex.
petition KFC to be a sponsor because of Buckethead, I shouldn't call it Taco Bell Internet when it goes down, as they are fellow Yum brands.
Yes, correct. What a name.
Home based in Louisville, Kentucky.
Endeavor to see if there's an opportunity for any retro expos out there, or maybe CTWC.
Actually,
live.
yeah, we have a Dr. Mario regional in Kentucky last year and probably next year.
Oh, maybe opportunity.
In fact, Louisville Slugger produced a trophy for the winner. It was an actual baseball bat. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted one for myself.
Just for historical purposes.
Yeah, for just. Oh, high transition for Jeff Moore. This could be an issue. He's got to do some precision moving here. Opens up the well, gets the line piece with the Tetris. Bam! What a save for Jeff. He could have lost that game easily as a dash player halfway up the board at transition. So he's at 550 now at level 20. Alex Kerr's at 404, still waiting to transition here.
You know, some people in the Classic Tetris realm, Chris, would have said that's called a bailout. But when you're as good as Jeff, you call that skill. No skill issues for him. 560 for the king of the Tetris friendlies. 407 for Alex. He's waiting on a bar, and he will transition with it. And another one.
Ooh, that's aggressive from Alex. He could have taken that. And wow, 3 in a row. He could have easily taken some safety burns there with that stack fairly high up at transition. Plays it aggressive, scores 3 Tetrises in a row. Now he's back to a little bit of a uneven build, but that's how you're going to have to come back here.
Right. No, those 3 long bars that he got at that juncture was the same sequence that Jeff had gotten just at that transition, but Jeff couldn't use those long bars to really score. He had to use them to bail himself out.
Yep.
Shows you the benefit of what SPS can do, same piece sets, and the mindset of where players are at the different junctures.
Oh, Jeff covers up as well. That's going to be it. 654, Jeff Moore. Alex Kerr will need a 655. Obviously, he's sitting right next to him, so he doesn't really need me to say it.
I mean, it might help.
Although screen looking is still not advised, although Alex is kind of one of the innovators of screen looking.
Interesting is that I don't think I've seen him kind of taking a peek over there. Oh,
Weird.
Intimidation
Not weird,
strats here.
But look at Jeff like walking back, just pacing. He's like the high school coach, ready to pounce once Alex makes a mistake and make him do 50 push-ups.
Maybe Jeff was looking to try to see if he can grab like a steel chair or something. He's gonna smash Alex over it.
Don't think that's legal, Mean Gene. Alex getting drafted at the wrong time. He's trying to maintain that build at just off the bottom to get the Tetrises. He still needs 55,000 points. So 2 Tetris will do it. Lining out is not quite a possibility. You still need 1 more Tetris, I think.
No, he's good. He's good to line this out. He's got doubles and triples in his arsenal. That'll get him very close. He's down about 40,000. There's that triple there. Got him a lot closer with 3 levels to go, Chris. I think he's going to go nice and safe.
Yeah, it's about 1,000 points per single line. So you at least have to mix in the doubles a bit. And, even at this speed with a low board, 30 lines isn't always a guarantee.
He's 20,000 away from Ty and Jeff. There's a triple.
Those triples certainly help.
Yep. I go risky basic. This is 2017 Alex Kerr at its finest. He knows what to do, and he's built up. Bang!
With style.
Tetris. Alex Kerr, feel good about that. Jeff with the nod, and he's going to get hydrated with that one. Well done. And there's one down the middle for Alex, 725. He's on the board, Chris.
That's close. Mulling this out.
Alex just made things a lot interesting. 29 play for Alex.
Look at this Das 29.
Nice. 762 for Alex Kerr. He's on the board. 4-1.
That's what happened last week, King.
Yep.
We thought Jeff was going to run away with it, and then all of a sudden Alex went on a tear to finish this out. So the beginning of the second half, Alex making a statement. Perhaps he can keep Jeff from breaking or tying his record from last year.
He most certainly can. Again, Jeff needs to get 6 to tie, 7 to win. And it looks like they will take a moment. That's fine. It's usually around this time we have our 5th game break. This is about the halfway point. The players, you can do your fingers. We'll take a shorter break since we had that minor interruption earlier on. And that'll allow me to run an ad. Oh, look, they're getting food there, Chris. Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh. Cookout time. Well, pizza.
Oh, of course. How can you say no to pizza, man? Great.
Good stuff.
While Jeff snacks on a pizza and Alex goes on a restroom break, I guess we could take our break here. It's our traditional 60-second ad break that we'll do for you Twitch fans. But if you're a subscriber, then you get to hear some behind-the-scenes stuff because we're going to talk to my man Chris Bidwell and get his thoughts on a number of different things. It's story time with Uncle Chris. And this week, Chris, you know, it is the last of the best of 99. If you could give us your reflections overall, what were your thoughts coming into this one, your expectations, and your final thoughts on the whole series in general? And you may begin starting now.
Starting now. Okay, so I thought Jeff had the obvious advantage. He's been the better player in more recent years. Obviously, CTWC last year, he had that tremendous qualifier run with Alex sitting right next to him, actually, during that Saturday morning qual. And the margin seems about right. If you look at the final stats, it seems about right. But it is interesting, that variability of the level 19 speed, where Jeff was consistently beating Ben about the same number of times, but the way that Alex has taken 4 of these series, and where Jeff seemed to be on cruise control this week again, and then Alex shows up out of nowhere. It's weird. It's like rolling dice, but you get the same result. But so many of the misses that come in have been a surprise, and especially that first week when Alex took that first series. So it's like I said, the end results absolutely going on par with what I thought. But the way we've gotten to this point has been a complete surprise and a pleasant surprise. And also, Alex has improved, I think, over these 99 games. I think we can all agree on. 60 seconds?
Certainly, yes. So well done, Christopher Bidwell. 60-second ad break has concluded. We're going to get ready for the second half once players have sat down and just having a little bite to eat. Jeff, kind of hungry there. He's like, man, winning all these games gets you really hungry. You got to fuel up for the second half. He is, again, 2 wins away from tying his all-time record of 65 in a season. He would need to get to 7 wins to break it. 66. Very interesting scenario here. Alex still looking for maybe that first ever comp max out. Certainly has been looking like he can do it tonight, Chris. And mentioned just moments ago, really good to see Alex playing, getting in game shape. And I think it's going to make for a very interesting story at CTWC for him in qualifying, or whatever bracket he may end up in. I think he would be an absolute powerhouse to watch out for.
I have high hopes. I hope they can both make it. We're going to ask them, obviously, what their plans are. And it'd be lovely to see one or both these players make a deep run, or even just qualify. I mean, in this day and age, getting into that top 48 is quite the accomplishment with the talent and the energy these kids that are currently playing have. So everything's possible. Hoping for the best. But either way, it'll be good to see him live.
Of course. Look to see a lot of other people live there and in person. So many fresh faces, I'm sure, will be making their way out there and returning people. I mean, we got to hear Ben Mullins said he'll be back. He's there this year, Chris. So we'll love to see what Ben has in store for the world. And when we get to interview time, we gotta ask the guys. There is a potential something special we might be able to do later this month or before the World Championship. It was something proposed to me off to the side and said, hey, I'd like to do a match and make it a little interesting. And I'm very intrigued. You know me, Chris. I'm a booker man, and
You're bigger.
yeah. And we've got, honestly, Chris, I can't plug it yet. I would love to say it right now, but I can't plug it yet. Hopefully this Friday, because we got Friday Night Fights back in action this Friday. Special. I can actually announce this, Chris. First time playing on Twitch is a young man we got to see live at the Northeast Regional. Almost took out the world champion in one of the earlier rounds. Vance will make his online debut this Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yes. The man that looks like Jeff. He will, and he plays like Jeff too, to be honest. He's very good. Young Dasser that is keeping that alive. He will make his online debut this Friday night. Opponent to be determined, but we'll get him a good one. Can't wait. In fact, maybe that good one might actually be here already in the chat, because that person always loves a sub in anytime we need, and that is Reed in the house. Gonna DM you, but we'll just do it live here.
So there looks like our players are pizzaed up, fueled up, putting the headphones back on.
And yes, correct, Reed. You gotta do the job. There you go, Chris. Reed is not that much of a wrestling fan. He's a big cosplayer, of course, but knows sometimes you just gotta do the job. And we're about to do our job here, Chris. It's time to count them down. They're pizzaed up and hydrated and everything else. It is time for the second half of the best of 99, the final time we go through halftime. It is your job, Chris, to count them down.
Game number 96 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Who can Tetramino is hanging out? Good friend Zar Jordan, friend of the show. With the Das Hearts going. A lot of people here tonight, Chris. It's so nice to see so many people, especially on a Wednesday night, the kind of late night for East Coasters.
It's such a fun middle of the week thing during the summer. Fun hanging out with you.
Of course, I would never trade that for anything.
Early on here, big time drought again. These series of seeds, man. Yeah, look at Alex's score.
Yeah, meanwhile. Oh, yeah, of course. Hey, now. Thank you, Chris.
Stuff just doesn't get old, you know? Maybe it does for everybody else, but I enjoy it.
Oh, Barrett enjoys it right there, see? Woo!
Yep.
The Ric Flair. Well, actually, he's got the Bidwell woo, right? Because that's the
I
sound
think
you
that,
make when you...
the Quaid. Oh, that's the sound I made.
Yes. Yeah, Quaid doesn't go...
Oh, boy. Alex. Come on, Alex. We need to keep this streak going. Get these last 4,000 points, man. Give him the line game.
Oh, we got that over.
No.
Oh, this is an interesting...
Oh, 98. 99.
Oh, man. Well, the streak has ended. False start.
Scott Hall with the taser. Oh,
there
man.
you go. Oh, man. That is funny. And you know he tried, Chris. He's like, man, I don't really want to redo this game. 99,000 and one more burn away. So players have incremented to see. We're going to redo game number 6. Go ahead, Chris. Count them down again.
3, 2, 1, Tetris. In fact, Tetris bot can't even count at these. So these Tetris bot's laughing at that.
Oh, yeah. That was a very, very cheeky situation there. And yes, the streak has come to an end. So we started going into the night 27 games with 0 full starts. We completed 5 after that. That's 32 in a row, Chris, before that unfortunate false start.
Wow.
And it was close to almost making the threshold.
Well, what followed the taser of doom was the finger poke of doom, so hopefully that doesn't happen here in our 96 game redux. But Jeff Moore spired up here. Gonna get that open up that column 6 well. Knocks down one Tetris. Sets up another dependency in column 3. So this could be a false start trade-off here if things don't go quite right for Jeff.
Yeah, with some aggressive placements, surprising to see him do that. Who am I to argue with him, Chris? I mean, he's been to a CTWC final, so why would I ever say, Jeff, you're doing this wrong?
I mean, look at this room. 3 CTWC trophies. 3-time finalists among the 2 players here. Not to mention the 2021 Hatris World Champion Alex Kerr on the left.
Yeah, of course. How can we ever?
And he didn't get to defend his title because we made that show live in Milwaukee this past year, so he never technically lost that belt. But Barrett, of course, our 2023 champion in the chat.
Chris, you aren't suggesting that maybe they have a hat-off point? Maybe
I mean, possibly, but Jeff Moore, what is this skyscraper situation? So aggressive, so many squares. Still scoring the Tetris. This is a YOLO game.
So much laughing going on over there. They are chuckling it up. I love it.
I think that answers our question, what was in those beverage containers during the break.
Certainly refueled now because he is still playing a little spicy. 174 for Jeff, 230 for Alex. First time we've seen Alex really take a lead here in the 18 gameplay.
And this is another dirty setup here. Gets the dirty Tetris, Jeff Moore. But man, he's maintained that column 6 Tetris well for the past 40 or so lines. And he's going to keep building on it. Why the hell not?
I gotta wonder, maybe he told Alex during the break, oh, you think I can't do this? Watch me.
There's like that legendary Larry Bird played left-handed because he's bored.
Yeah.
That kind of what we're seeing here.
Jeff never strikes me as a man that would be bored. I just think maybe he's got a bet with Alex here. He's like, oh, I'm gonna show you how this is.
Okay, yeah, that could be. Definitely more fodder for interview time.
Indeed.
But this game's remarkably close considering 273-308 Alex in the lead. Pace lead again by Jeff Moore, but only by about 10 lines.
Which means we can bring up some images here that people are familiar with because we have a neck alert going on. Got to get those in as much as we can because we're down to the final 4 games of this season. 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're currently on game number 96 here, Chris. We're approaching the Joey Parker turn. Still up for, on Alex's side, maybe a potential to get to 500 transition. Jeff, most likely a high 400. He can ride the wave here.
He's definitely riding that wave because he's back to a column 10 Tetris well, and he's been knocking him down with regularity now since moving that over from column 6. Sometimes you gotta get out of the groove to get back into the groove, you know? Ooh, Alex hangs the T. And you can't triple vits that. This board is toast for Alex Kerr. And that's gonna do it. Jeff Moore takes the series and now is 1 away from tying his record with 3 more games remaining.
Unfortunate there, sequence of pieces that just fell for Alex did not get that board under control, and it just fell into the wasteland. He'll grab a drink of something green in that bottle. Of course, that's Bidwell's first question he'll ask him. What were you drinking? Wants to know. Was it the precursor to season 4? Who knows? Yeah, so that was even worse live. Not good. In fact, it was so bad. Grand Designs is here. He's got to say something.
And speaking, what did you finish?
Oh, we could just go right into the game number 7. Go ahead, Chris. Count them down. We're ready for game number 97.
All right. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Speaking of Grand Designs, I think he's going to be making his Classic Tetris Wars live debut in Cleveland in about a week. I'm not sure what the times are for that, the Cleveland Gaming Classic. I might make the trip up there Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Not sure what his format is or who's playing or how that's all going to be, but good on Mr. Grand Designs to get his show on the public tour, get some people outside of the Twitch scene to see what he can do with 8 crazy setups playing all at one time. I'm interested to see how he gets this all set up live.
Yeah, and he'll have his buddy Colin helping out there. I know Colin's kind of the main tech guy that's going to be handling the producer job of that, so good luck to you, sir, to handle that live, because doing it online is one thing, but
yeah.
live is something else. But they've done it before. They have done a smaller version of that at the Illinois regional that happened much earlier on in the year. And I don't know. This one is now really a dedicated version. I don't know how that'll all work out. So you just got to tune in. You got to tune in to find out. I believe it's happening here on the ClassicTetris channel at some point. On GD's channel, but certainly, yeah, Chris, if you can make it out there, that'd be wonderful to see those kind of strange operations going on.
And it's nice to go to one of these things as just kind of a participant, or I'm not on staff, so it'll be a nice change of pace. And I went to the previous version of this show in 2019 when I was just at a VFW hall, and Tim Kitzer was there, and it was mainly an esports competition. It was like NBA Jam and Tecmo Super Bowl. And Mike Wizenek showed up there because there was a NWC championship that they had there. And Mike won, but there were a lot of good Tetris players playing in that NWC cartridge that were quite adept. And we tried to get a lot of them to come to our live events, and then 2020 happened, so those connections kind of fell by the wayside. But a lot of these NES players that aren't familiar with what we're doing here, but have some Tetris chops, and if they discovered what we're doing, might take up the sport too. And I think that's one of the motivations for GD to do this in Cleveland.
I would agree. Good job here by Jeff to stay alive and dig out 254 after a very high build that was looking a little scary. Alex at 199, keeping it again nice and slow, just taking his time, pushing down, not looking to get aggro. Two is looking for that long bar to make its way. Take the safety triple because the L has nowhere else to go. And there's the bar for so Jeff's going to have about just a little under 100,000 point lead, 324 to 230. And we're halfway through this game number 97. And Chris, getting closer and closer to our final game.
But again, the story of these games has been pretty typical. Jeff pressing down, getting the early small to medium point advantage, and Alex playing conservatively, keeping pace most of the time. And then once we hit transition, the games are mostly decided post 19.
383 for Jeff, 324 for Alex. Approaching the 100 line marker, the Joey Parker turn on Jeff's side. Alex has runway to take advantage and get some scores in. Looking for that higher transition.
Alex is talking, Jeff's nodding. Seems to be a serious discussion, not a lot of laughter. Oh, now Jeff's doing something goofy.
Wow, this is probably just telling Jeff, listen, I saw your piece sequence because that's why I'm playing behind. I'm watching you. I'm seeing where you're putting the pieces, and you're putting them all in the wrong spots. Look at me. Look what I'm doing. See? Very simple, Joe. Build out your left. Don't get aggro. Take a burn. Very simple. And I score a Tetris. Look at that, Joe. See how simple this game is? But Jeff was nodding. He's like, "Ooh, yeah, I see that."
Like a John Boy video, just reading lips.
Yeah. Shout out to John Boy.
Who also covered Tetris way back. That's how I discovered him. He reviewed Joseph Saley beating Jonas back in the day.
I'll have to go check that out. I don't recall seeing that.
You never saw that? Oh yeah, it's great. Kind of in their when it was more of a solo operation, they've kind of grown into a big multi-sport, multimedia, lots of staff type of operation. But back in those 18, 19 days, they were more of just a handful of people.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know. I currently watch this today because I love the baseball stuff. Jeff's transition is at 500,000. Alex at 438 with 10 lines left to go. So potentially, Alex can get the higher transition. Get 2 Tetrises in here, Chris, and that'll put him over the 500K. Pretty tight game when you look at it from that perspective.
Alex had a potential perfect clear. So 486.
Oh, Jeff didn't take the S with a double.
He's got it open, but can't really burn much on the left now. That's gonna do it. 513, 640. One line should do it. There it is. Should Alex mulling this out? He's not going to. Okay.
Very nicely done, Alex, to come back and get that one. So he's making it really interesting now, Chris.
Yeah, the record is still up to grabs at the very end here. This has been these last 2 games are meaningful.
Absolutely. Wow, here we go, folks. This game number 98 is huge. If you're Jeff Moore, opportunity to tie his all-time record of 65 wins in a season. Alex looking for one more. Just stop him. They are ready to go. Chris, the 98th game of this summer series is in your hands. Count them down.
3, 2, 1, Tetris.
As we make this sound very serious here, Chris. They were just smiling and laughing.
We're just pumping up the drama a little bit because we're broadcasters. We got to do that, but there's some stakes here.
You see meaty stakes on the horizon here. If you're tuning in just now, this is the second to last game of the summer series. It's finally coming to an end. These two have spent all summer long together, along with me and Chris. Also add in a week of Ben Mullen, a week of Mr. Vince Clemente, and we've shared some great times. We've seen some great moments. And it's all come down to the final 2 games. Alex looking to try to be the spoiler. Try to keep Jeff from obtaining win number 65 and 66. 65 will tie Jeff's all-time record that he set last season against Ben Mullen. 66 will break it. Alex looking to just get a couple more wins. Alex coming into the night was at 31 wins. He's currently now at 33. He's looking to tie Ben. If we get one more win here, Chris, he'll tie Ben.
Oh, Jeff's in trouble. And he broke 100,000. So this is official on Jeff's side. He's not in trouble. What am I saying? Such a phony. Little fake drama.
Kind of came in there. Bring good dash control from him. Oh wow, he got that S all the way over.
I mean, he does this every time. I hate to pretend it's a big deal. This is just so hard. Playing that high on DAS at 18. Bangs it down. Another official game, King. So the one false start was 99,000 plus for Alex Kerr.
I mean, you wanted a troll move. You got it right there, didn't you?
Yeah.
162 for Jeff, 160 for Alex. Yeah, one up the bottom for Jeffrey there. And Chris, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this because Not only I like to thank the players for doing this, but I like to thank someone else who put a lot of hard time and effort and got me to do something now that I think will be very meaningful. So shout out to Crafty Kim. If you're watching right now, we're going to do something very special next Sunday, Chris. You're going to that Wars event. Well, I'll be hosting something on another channel. We'll be going to be doing a CTWC type of spotlight or fundraising, whatever you want to call it. There's some players out there that still need some help, right? So I have graciously offered my time and service to showcase them and let them showcase their talent and plead their case. But Crafty Kim has gone out of her way to make bears. She's made customized bears for this event. And for the highest contributors, they will receive a bear courtesy of Kim, and including the top prize. So she's got 4 bears that they are giving away. So the 4 top contributors will get those custom bears. They're pretty much like the CTM bears. But she made a very special one. She made a Tetris Friendlies bear with a belt. Did well.
Oh, nice.
So
now you just self-gracious yourself. You can't call your own actions gracious, but you can certainly call Crafty Kim's actions gracious.
Can.
That's amazing.
No, she all that hard work and effort that she did to go in and just do that randomly, man. That's amazing. So yeah, tune in. That'll be happening on the monthly Tetris channel next week. Jeff, meanwhile,
Wars in trouble. Oh man, but Alex's board ain't so hot either here. This is not a guarantee. He needs a 316. Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, it's a bit of stealing my thunder.
I do that.
Okay. You're allowed to.
And if you're gonna steal anything, don't steal thunder. That show is terrible.
Move that. Not even Bret Hart wanted to.
I know. No, nothing can save that.
All right. Tough dig here for Alex at 286. Got to get to 316, as Bidwell mentioned. I think that talk of the Bears, Jeff was getting jealous. He's like, what about Kim? This is my night. Oh, look at the setup.
So 760 points per single line at level 18. The other thing Alex needs to worry about is transitions coming up in 20 lines. So yes, you want to score.
Terrible bunch of people. With that sequence, he will lay the long bar flat. Set up for a dirty, but he needs help to get out of it.
Oh man, he keeps covering up the well or getting closer to 19. Give him the line game. There it is. Nicely done. Great dig, Alex Kerr, halfway up the board. That could have gone south real quick. And King, we've got more drama here.
Wow.
The record can only be tied now.
Yeah.
And again, Alex Kerr with the stronger second half that happened last week. Obviously, he's not going to have enough this week. He's going to mullen us out.
Absolutely, if you'd like to, sure. This is part of the rules. You're allowed to mullen. But
I just want to transition.
Yeah, Alex didn't want to break out the 620k post that I'm sure he could have done.
All right, so I will insist that the winner mullen this one, yes,
of course.
This is our final game.
This is the final game. So players do what you got to do. They're hydrating. They know this is it. 11 long weeks have now culminated into this one final game. Just because Jeff won back in round number 9, the set and the series overall doesn't mean that we can't have a little drama. One last game here, Chris. Can Jeff tie his record of 65 all time? Can Alex max out in competition? These are things that we're going to find out right now. Chris, the honors are yours. The 99th game. Count them down.
One last time in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Now let's do Clontris here to start. Nope. But you see Jeff going with the classic build up on the left. Alex likes to build up more flat than build up. So that's why you haven't seen too many Clontris games with these two. It is amazing how the philosophies can be that different for players building up their Tetris stacks early on in matches.
Yeah, and it's more prevalent when you see it in the same piece sets, because you can see that the players are getting the same exact pieces, and just the different type of vision that they have. Like they can just imagine, all right, this piece should go here, this piece goes there, and there's no. That's the beauty of this game, Chris, is that there's no like exact right way to say this is the way it should be played. Everybody has the ability to play it in their own way, and you just have to deal with what is being handed to you. That's why I think Tetris really relates to so many people around the world.
Yeah. The only thing that matters in the end are those 6 digits above the play fields there. However you get to those higher numbers, whatever it takes, go with it. And speaking of whatever it takes, Alex Kerr has a tremendous dirty Tetris well set up, although the internet glitch made me miss that. But he's back down to safety and the early lead, 142-130.
He did get the upper decker as Barrett. So
that's disgusting.
Put it, yes. Well put.
We're too classy for that type of.
Well, then he was a tops guy, or maybe Don Ross.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that upper deck, yeah. Ken Griffey Jr., 1989.
Actually, we like to have this match count for all the matches, so winner take all right now.
Yep. Always a fan of the 87 tops myself. That's the quintessential year with the wood grain backgrounds and the Comic Sans font.
Oh, yes.
$0.40 a pack. Save your lunch money. Buy 3 packs of ball cards.
Yeah.
Those are the days.
Those were the days.
Get that Nicky Saski card, first baseman for the Reds at that year. Later traded to the Red Sox, then got vertigo and had to retire. Vandy brought that up in Discord the other day. Nice pull with the squares, the miracle squares, whatever those are called. So 298, now 321, Jeff Moore, 229, Alex. Alex is playing well, but again, Jeff, with the press down, with the slightly more aggressive play, this has been the story for most of these games. But once we get to 19, obviously the script changes. And again, a no false start for this game as well.
We should just
I do like that.
We should just not include that false start earlier.
Yeah, that was so close. That was, if the ref was looking the wrong way and missed it, if the Chiefs are playing, then the ref wouldn't have seen the penalty.
We'll give you all the mainstream sports you can.
All the takes nobody cares about.
304 for Alex, 394 for Jeff. Tetris to go to 417 on fire for this final one. I think both players know want to put on a good show for this last one.
Yeah, Jeff's at 440 at 100 lines. This is a 600 potential here at transition. And I think Alex is really pace-wise. I think he's right with him.
Goodwill and I will take a sneak peek at the long bar count because I really want to take a look. I feel like they're getting good long bars in this one. Yeah, it's 38 long bars already on this seed here for Jeff.
Not aligns the most, but it's up there.
I think it's been more fair than some of the other games we've rough in certain cases.
Yeah, Alex has picked the wrong time to start cheesing up his board here. So solving is paramount, not only to catch up with Jeff, but also to get this knocked down before transition.
Dirty Tetris from Alex. 428, Jeff at 56 with 8 lines left to go. Not going to hit 600. He could have adjusted that T-piece to save an extra burn, but maybe he can. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it kind of fooled me here.
How you doubting Jeff Moore, Kingsman? 605 transition. That might be one of the best of the series.
Dare I doubt Mr. Boom Desmond Jeff? A little aggressive burns here from him. Oh, he wants to play aggressive, Chris.
Yeah. He likey. Alex here ain't so bad himself. He's got a 500 potential here. But after that transition, though, Jeff is out of scoring position, so Alex has plenty of potential to catch up. He's at 504 with another burn to go before 130 line transition to level 19. Jeff kind of like leaning into these pieces here, trying to regain that rhythm. 529 transition, Alex Kerr, so 70,000 point difference. But like I said, Jeff Moore is trying to get back into scoring position. Knocks down the column 8 Tetris.
Jeff has the board
Alex.
under control here. 687 for him, 535 for Alex. Alex also with the flat board. Be careful.
Burning potential is off a bit. Ooh, you see that sigh of relief there on Alex's face. That line piece came at just the right time, but now he's got another dependency. No, I don't like this board, King.
Got the L over.
You got it. You got it solved.
I do
Knocks
like
down
that.
the Tetris.
No, really well done for Alex. He didn't want to throw that T over onto the left side. Kind of just held it up in the center, give him the ability to stay alive. He could tuck that square. Drag over the L. Jeff gonna dig out. He's gonna get a long bar in for a Tetris. Alex, that left side now in trouble.
This is trouble. Oh, and that's gonna do it. Jeff Moore ties his record. Mulling this out, sir. You have reached 65 wins out of 99.
Someone here in Columbus, Ohio that has something ready to go. He wants to see it.
Oh, man.
He wants to make some noise at nearly 11:30 in the evening on the East Coast. Alex with the head nod, letting him know he likes it.
The board health is there. The seed is there. Oh, the line he saw the line coming, and he could fill in the dependency, and so he made it.
Oh,
it's just gonna be so close, King.
Really tight, yeah. One would need this one.
Double.
He can do it with this one. He needs the bar.
Give him. Come on, game. Come on, game. Oh no!
Damn it!
Oh.
What a shock.
Up the bell. This freaking game. The game knows. Look at that. Look at those two.
What a shock, man. What a friggin' shock. Level 28. 1 bar for Jeff that whole entire time. He needed just 1 more.
So he would have gotten credit for a level 29 Tetris. That would have been.
That would have been 36.
30 stat. Yep.
He would have got just over. He needed that 1 bar, and it didn't come. But nonetheless, he gave us a show in the 99th game, and that's all that matters. Boom! Tetris Jeff for the 6 wins will tie his all-time record of 65. Tremendous job by him. Alex Kerr, definitely a formidable opponent. Those 65 wins were not easy. Not by a long shot here, Chris. And the King of Friendlies is your best of 99 Season 3 champion. Once more, congratulations. Ring the bell, Charlie. Going over to a winner's scene and enjoy that here, Chris. Let's go and take a look. And the man that won stepped away, but he's coming right on back because he knows. And there they are, Chris. Oh, it's so good to see them. Look at that.
They're both winners. This is appropriate, King.
Oh, everybody's coming in. They're all ready. Oh, there's the Bears. There's the Bears. I love it. There you go, Kim. Get them. Yeah, get them. Zoom. Oh, she's got 2 of them.
It's a tag team.
The tag teams. Oh my goodness, tag teams, baby.
And the
Let's
kiddo
go.
wants it. See?
Dad, that's my
You know,
bear. Dad.
You know it's a quality product if the kid wants it.
You know it. And if you want it, you can get it. We'll be doing a wonderful fundraising stream. Thanks to Kim for the idea and contribution of giving those bears. So there's about 4 bears. They're going. Oh, they're gonna rumble. They're gonna rumble. They're gonna go. Oh yeah, there you go. Jeff's getting KO'd.
The bite. That's not legal.
Jeff getting KO'd there. Alex just handing it over. So nice. Like, I don't want to damage this.
Oh no, he's rightfully afraid of those bears. So
man.
Tough.
But certainly, yeah, if you want to get those bears, all you gotta do is head on over to the Monthly Tetris channel next Sunday. On Sunday, that is September the 24th, about 3 p.m. Eastern, right when that Ohio event for CTW will be coming to an end. You can head on over to Monthly Tetris and we'll have that bear stream going on. There'll be a lot of players that are looking for some support. Some just looking for a couple of bucks. Others maybe a little bit extra, but they are without question players that we need at CTWC to make it a very strong field yet again at the World Championships. And they'll need your support. And why not? I mean, Chris, why not spend a few bucks? Maybe you get one of those fantastic bears, custom made. Those are. It's not like they're like right out of the factory. You know, they're not like just coming out of Mattel's toy line or whatever. This is like custom made stuff that only 4 live in existence in regards to these special bears. Think about that. The value for that is extremely high. Keep that in mind. And what we need to keep in mind is that it's time for our interview segment. I want to keep guys too late because I know it's starting to get a little bit late there in the West Coast and certainly here on the East Coast. But I think it is time now that we get our players in. So Jeff, my man, we're going to have you and Alex join. Obviously, we just need only one of you because you're both there. That's great. So Jeff in the friendly server. Chris and I are there in the talking booth. And you have permissions there to go in. So all you got to do is just go on the Discord. Head on in there. And we'll speak to you and Alex live to get your thoughts on this whole entire series. I'm sure Chris definitely wants to know what's in that green bottle. And many other questions galore. So when you are ready, sir, come join us in the booth. And we will be ready to speak. He's like, oh. They're trying to figure out how Discord works.
Well, there's a zoomer behind him. Just figured out.
Well, Kim will tell him. Kim knows how to use Discord properly. And here he comes. Arriving.
Hello. Did we do it?
We did it. Yes, we did it. Good evening.
Oh, it's like there's like a speakerphone mode or something. Or if you, let's see. Bring it up.
Well, we can hear him. Maybe he can't hear us. Jeffrey, can you hear us, sir?
We can sort of, but you're not on speakerphone yet, and we are trying. Alex is going to get that to happen somehow.
Figure it out.
Yeah, that's it. Did that work? Okay, Kings, you there?
We can hear you. Yes. Are you there?
Oh my gosh, we got you finally.
Excellent. Awesome. All right. Well, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our post-game interview. I am here with 2 outstanding players and 2 really outstanding human beings to make this actually work. It is Boom Tetris Jeff, your winner of the Best of 99 season number 3, and his more than formidable opponent, Mr. Alex Gitaru Kerr. Gentlemen, wow, thank you so much for, first of all, for doing this live, because I'm sure it was not easy to make this happen. And honest, that was more of a meme when Chris said, "Oh, we should get this live," like back in round 1. Let's do the finale live, and here we are now. It actually happened. So, why don't you walk us through how difficult really was it to make this work?
I can answer that. I mean, I just basically was able to get my setup into the backpack and brought it over, and they gave me some side tables, and we were able to get it hooked up pretty good. I was actually pretty quick. The only thing that happened was just I didn't notice like the little capture freeze. So we were like, oh, why aren't we starting? This seems kind of weird. And we look at the stream, like it's like, oh, it makes it look like I'm still on the gym title screen. But yeah, I think we were able to get it working pretty smoothly.
Yeah, no, I think you did a fantastic job there, and clearly, Jeff only provided the chairs, right, and the TV, and you had to do all the work as usual, Alex. So.
Well, the TV, the side tables, the pizza. We had a little bit of dinner going on over here. So good times.
Yeah, I ordered a pizza and opened the front door for him.
Yeah, very nice, Jeff. That's so gracious of you. And Alex, I can say from experience, I've been in the household there, and is that couch not comfy, man? That couch that's over by the setup. I mean, that couch is really comfy. I didn't want to get up when Jeff was like, "Are we going out to dinner? Are we doing something?" I was like, "No, dude, I like this couch, bro."
I'll have to test it out in a bit.
I've put him on the crappy kitchen chair.
No, this is fine.
So that's all he's been using so far. But we've still got the cushion that you used, King, when you were sitting on this couch is this one right here. I'm pointing it out to Alex. So he can. That's the most comfortable part of the couch, right? We put you there, Kings. We'll make sure Alex gets a run on that too.
Exactly. Yes. Now Alex, I'm sure will fit very snugly there. I had to use up 2 parts of the seat there, so feel free to do that as well, Alex. All right. So, Chris, before we dive in, Chris, I know you have questions, so go right ahead. I know there's one that you really want to get out there.
Well, I mean, obviously, what everyone wants to know is what was the beverage of choice this evening? I mean, it was a get together. Was it your standard green tea and water, or was there a little more adult beverage going on?
You nailed it. Green tea for Alex, water for me. On a we talked about more adult choices, but I think a Wednesday evening is tough to get too wild.
Even in Vegas. Well, hey,
Vegas, living local is a little different than Vegas, traveling to the strip.
So that's actually a perfect lead in, Alex. Let me ask, how much of a travel distance is it between you and Jeff? Is it like a little bit like maybe over 30 minutes, under 30 minutes? Like, how quickly were you able to get over there?
Pretty quick, actually. It's funny how that turned out. They were actually able to get over pretty smoothly, pretty straight shot.
Yeah, I don't think anywhere in Vegas is more than 30 minutes away. No two spots. So.
It's not LA.
Right.
So excellent there. And
Is this the first time you ever met up, being in the same town? I mean, I just know as an adult with friends in town, like I don't get to see them that often. It's adults have things to do and jobs and kids and.
Yeah. It's why we haven't met up more often, I think. But no, Alex came over for we had a grill out last summer, and I was all about I had that grill going. It was pretty like blah food in the end, but I was like, I got to keep grilling. This was good stuff, and I haven't grilled once since then. So everything you were just saying, like it's just the work and the kids, and I don't know, this spot in life, it's just hasn't worked out to meet up more often. But every time I see him, I wish we do it more often.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, we memed this into existence. I'm glad you guys got this moment. We got to share this moment. So how'd you feel about the games tonight? It kind of worked out, kind of the story of the series where Jeff kind of had the early lead and then kind of tapered off a bit, and Alex was able to take advantage, and you tied your record at the very end, but weren't able to get that 66th win. So how do you both feel?
I felt pretty good. Yeah, I feel like the games went pretty well. Just like a couple of weird, like the false start that was accidentally right at the border of 19,000. Yeah, how about you, Jeff? How you feeling about the games today?
I thought it was a really good sampling of like the entire series, pretty much. Like I tend to do better at the beginning, and then Alex gets his first taste of victory, and it's like steamrolling time, like total role reversals. So. A couple of really high scores on each end, but not quite able to get to the maxes. That seems to be the story for the season too. But a good time, like always.
Well, certainly we all had a good time here just watching this. I mean, as Chris has talked about in the whole series, it's like this has been a real treat. Again, we don't really see both of you playing too often these days. So, before Chris continues, Alex, just question on my end is that. When this was pitched to you back, I think in like April or May or whatnot, what were your initial thoughts of like the concept of the 99 games and this grind of 11 weeks? And were you familiar with this format before, in maybe last year with Jeff doing it?
I hadn't caught the previous Best of 99, so I was kind of familiar with like sort of like the friendlies type series, like the one that we had done previously. I'm like, oh, okay, it's like extending the friendlies out, doing repeated of 11 weeks of that format, and I enjoyed doing that when we did it the first time he asked us back then. So I was interested in seeing what it would look like, just like a basically mock competition sets through the whole span of weeks to practice up for CTWC. Sounded like a fun way to do it. So, and what a better sparring partner to do it with. So I was really into it.
I was gonna say, were you at all ever intimidated that you had to say like, man, I gotta play 99 games with this guy? Like, are you serious, dude? Like, did that help kind of like raise your game? Because it kind of like saw that you had that trajectory, right? In the beginning, you got that very first win in round 1, and it was like, oh wow, this is really going to be a great series. And then Jeff kind of walloped you in the second round there with a 9-0. But like after that, the games have been very competitive, and even though sometimes the box score shows like Jeff is like 7-2 this week, 8-1 another week, or whatever, you were right there with him according to the stats.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was fun. I think I really felt like I came into it the more as we went along, and I feel like still have some way to go in terms of my NES Tetris practice, but I feel like I was glad I could make some of the weeks a little bit more competitive, and because he was always pushing the scoring pace, and I know that's where I got to go is the consistency and hitting some of those 19 Tetrises to keep it going and really practice that in a match format. I had a lot of fun. I feel like I did get some improvement out of it. I think whoever's next up in line should definitely consider it as a really good practice regimen.
Now, Jeff, obviously, Alex is not Ben, so you had to really play hard this time around, right? And you had to raise your game up, and we saw that in the opener with the statistics and just how many more games that you had going into over 500 plus, and then 600 plus, even higher than that, which was great. Clearly, Alex has been the toughest opponent. What else would you say brought the best out of you from Alex?
So first of all, I just want to say, like, Ben was a tough opponent, right? And I think aggression got the better of us in a lot of those games. There's a lot of low-scoring games in that whole series, right? But Alex is a whole different beast, and like there's just this feeling that he's never gonna top out, when you're playing him. And so part of, I think, kind of changing, I'm not going to say it's a change of strategy, but like myself pushing down and playing a little faster and getting ahead where I just had to play my own game and score whatever I was going to get. And then if he's going to come back and get me, he's going to come back and get me, right? I think that was like my optimal strategy to not let him get into my head too much, because he's so consistent, and he's consistent and can get the high scores at the same time, which is it's just deadly. Like there's no real way to defend against it or whatever. So just sort of trying to play my own game and just hope for the best. Like keep my fingers crossed every time I top out, because that's really what it is. He can come back against anybody anytime.
And we certainly saw that throughout this entire series. Chris, I think you got a few more questions for the guys here. Yes?
Well, should I go ahead and ask the big giant question is, what are your plans for October? Are you both going to Portland?
Yeah, I think we're both official right now.
Wow.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so happy.
There you heard it there. Chris has been on pins and needles this whole time. He's like, are they coming? Are they coming? I don't know. Are they coming? Yeah. But that's exactly what I want to hear. So yes. Tremendous. And again, Jeff, this you got a taste of his last year. You felt really good going into CTWC. Alex, do you kind of feel like you're really ready to go into CTWC a little bit more prepped than maybe in previous years because of this?
I think so. Definitely from the gameplay practice aspect, it's probably the most like density of NES Tetris that I've done leading up to one of the Portland events. So I definitely feel like it was really good to get sparring going in, and we were also talking about, or I guess like sort of the live event planning side of things too. Earlier in our evening, we were talking about what are we going to do to what is our schedule like? Are we going to be able to get in a little bit earlier? Are we going to try to bring snacks and things to make sure, like, because last year that was a tricky thing with a lot of the convenience stores being closed all the time. So we were talking about like how are we going to make sure we even if like a restaurant's closed, the convenience store is closed, we're sharing some of our what we'll do to be ready for the live event as well, outside of our own home. So yeah, I think we're both well prepped and ready after the whole series of 11 and so on.
Right. Yeah. Every year you remember something else, and it makes it a little easier, right?
A bit. Well, any advice for them as far as things to bring there, like snacks and things?
Well, they're both veterans. They know. I just hope we get a chance to go to Burgerville again. I missed that last year, so that's going to be one of my goals, at least on this trip. Kind of a overall question for both of you. You're both considered legends, and I don't use that term lightly. Like when people call me a legend, that's kind of a joke. We get it, haha. But we're literally pillars of this tremendous scene that we've built up. That we're now 4 generations of players. I don't, depending on how you do your math. This is your 14th CTWC, Alex, I believe. You've been to every single one of these. How do you feel about the scene as a whole and your place in that in general? This stupid Nintendo game released in 1989 has generated this much interest. How do you feel about your place in the scene and the scene as a whole?
I mean, it's always hard for me to, judge that from like a external perspective. I just know that this is still, Tetris in general is like that's a big game for me. That's a thing that I'm always going to be interested in, at least hanging out on the sidelines and, trying to continue with the, like, pushing the theory of it or the research of it or whatever it is and, playing it and enjoying it. So I'm glad to still be, going strong in the NES community. And, I'm glad to be going into, unbroken streak of CTWC attendance. It's been great watching the scene evolve over the time and the rolling revolution and so on as well. I'm just going to keep on enjoying it the same way I always have.
Are you the only one with the?
I think there's some others. Yeah, there's like a handful of us that have been to every one. Like, I forget what list Vince gave me that how many, but it's like down to like 5 or 6 or something.
Wow.
People that have been to every single event.
Chris Teng, but not as a player. Like Vince, obviously. I think that's about it. Maybe some peripheral Portland people, but
I think Quaid potentially has been. Like, I think, Quaid or some of the Richies might have been. I don't remember who else has been every single day. It's Portland.
Yeah, well, certainly we appreciate that you guys will be in attendance there because honestly, I've said it, throughout this entire series, you can't imagine CTWC without either of you. Both are mainstays, both are, as Chris mentioned, legends, and we don't take that very lightly. We make sure that people understand that. I think that's the one thing too that, especially maybe last year, that the newer generation that comes up to you and says, "Man, you're Boom Tetris or you're Kataru," and it kind of feels special, right? Because obviously you've seen that the evolution of the game has changed now, and we're in a different era, and the play has certainly gone to a different route. Which kind of leads me to this question here for you guys: is that we've seen DAS also make an emergence again in tournament play. There's the CTWC DAS that just happened in Germany there. Thoughts on maybe looking to do something like that where you would branch out and go overseas to an event like that, or would you like to see maybe something homegrown here happen in the future with DAS?
Yeah, I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, right? Like, if we're able to make it over to one of the Germany hosted events, or if there's more stuff going on over here, like for example, the perspective, if we're going to be doing anything at CTWC for any of the old school players, I'd be interested in checking it out.
Oh man, I would love to go over to Germany. That would be a dream. Obviously tough to do it, but I love that it's so popular that that the DAS has stuck around to become maybe popular again enough to have a tournament like that over there is amazing.
No, it really is, and it's taken a life of its own. A lot of people want to go out there. We just saw an American go out there, finish in the top 4. So certainly, case is made that if you can make out to these events, and it's kind of like the inverse of what we've been doing here in Portland, where a lot more of the domestic players kind of make their way out there, and you get a few of the internationals making their way. So it's kind of like the fair version of us making our way out there. But yeah, I mean, you guys kind of mentioned that there's something in the works, and I mean, it's kind of been public anyway. It's been publicized, but yeah, there will be a Legends tournament that will be taking place for members of the class of the contingent of 2010 to 2018 CTWC, and that is currently being finalized. So for you fans watching right now, there are 2 Legends that you see on the screen that would be participating in that. And Bidwell, I wouldn't be surprised if the 2 players we see right now are the 2 we're going to see the final for that.
Oh, that'd be so great. I can't wait to see this action. And Saturday night last year was kind of the slow time, so I think that's a great slot to have I don't know how many, if it's be 8 or 12 or 16 or how many people we get in there, but it's going to be a fun matchup watching everybody live on the big screen with a lot of people cheering them on. It's going to be tremendous.
Chris, any final thoughts for these 2 outstanding human beings?
Just thank you both so much for everything, honestly, not just this series, but helping build up the scene like I mentioned before. It's getting out there. It's trips are hard to make. You have kids, you have jobs, so means a lot to me. It means a lot to our viewers. So thank you, really, to both of you.
It's been a pleasure, and thanks to you guys too. Same deal, putting your time in. It doesn't work without all of us pitching in and doing it. So just a great thing all around, and I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting. It's been a blast.
Well, again, yeah, thank you for participating, and Jeff, you're the cash cow as always. We call Jeff all the time when I need somebody to make an event. So Jeff, I'll have you on speed dial for the next one. Actually, real quick. So Alex, if you were given an opportunity to participate in something like this again, or some other variant, would you be interested in doing maybe not another 99, but some offshoot of that? Or are you maybe thinking about participating more in like friendlies? I know getting in tournaments is a little more difficult and time consuming, but stuff like this where it's kind of like, hey, can you make it this day? Sure, I could do that. It's a little bit more flexible in scheduling. Do you see yourself getting involved more in that realm?
You know where to find me. Send me a message if the time permits, and I can slot it in. We can make it happen. Yeah.
Like that answer, Chris. There you go. And I have him on B-Dial, so that's good too. Jeff,
no to Kingsman. He's got a way. You just can't say no to Kingsman. He can convince you.
I know Jeff has tried to say no to me several times, and it actually gets worse for him because he just gets deeper and deeper in S here. So, and he already knows next Sunday. I'll see you there, right, Jeff? So, Jeff, one quick question then. Would you see yourself back again for a 3rd time to defend this title that you have so well earned? And would potentially an opponent that is somewhere in the land of the rising sun pique the interest?
In the land of the rising sun, I mean, it's not, is it?
Could it be green tea?
Is it? Yeah, I would love to play again. Every time I get to do this, I feel like I'm getting the hang of it a little bit better. And I don't got a lot going on in the summer times, so it's doable.
There you go. As Kim was probably making a face behind Jeff's back, because she's like, yeah, I'm nothing better to do, right? Raise 2 kids. Okay, sure, but oh my goodness, that's a good one. All right, well, that's good news. So Jeff would be back again for season 3, and we shall see. Chris, that could be very interesting of an opponent. We got to up the ante. Alex was tremendous.
Yeah, I'll stay up till whatever o'clock with Japan time. Let's go. Let's do it.
We know Jeff has played in the dark. It's a problem. All right. So we're going to wrap things up here. I do have one last thing for both of you. I kind of teased this very early on in the broadcast today. There was a challenge that was brought to me as we were closing out this series that piqued my interest, and we'll see if you guys, again, Alex, maybe if time permits, But the originators of the Best of 99, Mr. Louis Scuey and Ben Mullen, have issued a challenge where they would like to do a tag team event with the two of them versus the two of you in an event. So we, first of all, number one, would be intrigued to do something like that. I know I probably explain the rules of how a tag team works, but very simple. And number two, are we free in the next coming? Will be same time slot, a Wednesday.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, let me see how things are kind of looking, but yeah, message me after the stream, and we'll see how it goes.
Of course. And Jeff will say, of course.
I got nothing going on. Yeah.
There you go. So, Chris Bidwell, you heard it. We'll be back one more time right before CTWC tag team battle.
Work on those promos, though, gents.
Oh.
The smack talk better be epic on this one.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's right, Kingsman.
Oh yeah. What were you guys talking about with the earlier? I guess I did have another question. What your most intriguing conversation live, since we didn't get the mics are on?
I don't know. We were talking about stuff that was happening in the games. We were talking about CTWC stuff. We were talking about whatever you guys were talking about. I mean, it just went all over the place. Just a nice, friendly match. So
I got a little actress.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Well, there you go.
You wonder about the level of smack talk with it live. It doesn't really happen too often. Even somebody like GD, who you would think would scream his head off while playing Tetris, becomes a completely different person. So watching you guys talk and enjoy yourself, that's a treat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good clean. I thought about trying to interrupt a chase down once in a while, but couldn't bring my.
You were pacing behind him there. I did kind of wonder if that was like a coach move or an intimidation move.
It was supposed to be intimidation, but it wasn't going to work.
I just felt all support radiating from you.
Support.
Jeff has that aura behind him, right? Where he's just like, he's menacing. He was like hovering over you. He's pacing back and forth, trying to make you intentionally top out. That's insane. I really think that's insane.
He tilted his head back to expose his neck more, and then the light from his neck was just going to blind you.
Oh my word. But anyway, all right. Well, great stuff overall, you guys. Again, I cannot thank you enough for not only participating in this event all summer long, entertaining the crowd here, but of course doing this live. That was the one thing that I was kind of worried about and didn't want to push it, but you guys have been so awesome and understanding, and I'm glad that we had this happen. And enjoy the pizza and the green tea and the water. Alex, any shout outs you'd like to give or any final messages?
I got nothing. Just this was a fun event. Glad to do it with this guy, and looking forward to whatever comes up in the future. Yeah.
Hi. There's a superstar.
Hi, kiddo.
That's an absolute superstar right there. Jeff and I talked about that. She'll be a YouTube megastar in about a year or two. Jeff, any final thoughts from you, sir? Because again, you are the all-star, the king of friendlies, and Best of 99 champion yet again.
Yeah, no, just want to say thanks again, and congrats to you guys for putting on another successful show, and thanks to everybody who tuned in and watched, because it takes the whole family to get this going, right? So a lot of fun, and again, looking forward to doing it again.
Wonderful. So we'll see Jeff again next year. Chris confirmed. That's awesome. And of course, we'll see them at CTWC. That's the most important thing, and I'm so glad that that's going to happen.
5 weeks, baby.
I'll see you all there. Yep.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Take it easy.
Okay. Are we off?
I guess so.
Well, you can hit the button, Jeff, and then you'll be off.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Like, hello. Oh.
Anyway, I will say my goodbyes here on the stream because that's what we have to do. We have to say goodbye to everyone and close out the series here. I'd like to, again, total thanks to Jeff and Alex for doing that live. I think that was super, and I think that made it even more special. I'd like to thank Mr. Chris Bidwell here for going along with the ride with me all these weeks. Again, you are an outstanding human being, staying up late with me to do this, and I guess we'll be staying up late next year too, if we can make that happen. And Thank you to Vince, of course, for allowing us to be on this channel to do this fantastic event. Thank you to the viewers and the fans that are watching here and enjoying, especially if you're on YouTube. I love you all every time. And Chris, final words from you in reflections of the best of 99.
I just got a smile across my face. This has been great. Just the term the Zoomers like to use is wholesome, and this is just wholesome. It's so good.
It really is. It warms my heart every time, and I love it. And I want to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to do it. So with that said, it is time to end this stream and to end the best of 99. Another season complete. And I can't wait for season number 4. Confirmed. Jeff is back. He'll look to defend. He'll look to try to do it 3 times in a row. We got to up the ante. We'll see who will step up and be the next opponent. Otherwise, I'll see you all this Friday. We got Friday Night Fights here, and I'm back at it. Vance will make his online debut, and perhaps I will be able to announce the main event for Rivals for Chris Bidwell. He knows what the Rivals main event is going to be. It's insane. I don't even know if I can pull it off, Chris. I guess I'll have to find out if it happens, but if I can, ooh, man. Chris knows about the 4 Horsemen.
Save some for Portland, King. You're just killing it.
Oh, it's that time, man. We're in the peak season of CTWC, so we got to turn it up and all the good stuff. And don't forget, King will have a special support stream next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday on the 24th for player support. So check into my Discord for more information on that. Chris, it is time to send the party elsewhere so we can go to bed now. And we're going to go see a man that has been also a legend at the CTWC, helping out with his great commentary and raising up to the next level. It is Mr. James Chenzor, and he's doing the King of Fighters. We're commentating stuff about that. So let's go say hello to him and wish him well. For Chris Bidwell, this is the King of the Restreams. I will see you all. Thank you so much.